And welcome to Cologne, Germany. This is the RaidCall EMS1 Finals, Day 2. Yesterday, we saw 8 teams become 4, and we have got a phenomenal show. Action-packed. Don't go, stick around, don't go anywhere. This is going to be awesome. We've got Red Eye, we've got Steel, we've got Pansy, we've got Melee. It's going to be a phenomenal show. But first of all, before we get underway with our first match today, Fnatic versus VeryGames, I'm going to go over to the always lovely, the wonderful, the enchanting Pansy. How are you doing today, Day 2? Are you ready?
I'm super ready. I've already been watching these teams warm up for hours now. I can't wait to see this get underway.
Just to say, they have been here all morning prepping, and these guys are looking serious. There's absolutely nothing taking a chance. Let's have a look at the bracket and see what today holds for us.
Yeah, so obviously, previously we saw Team LDLC up against Fnatic there, and that kind of went the way that may have upset a lot of the predictions, because everyone wanted to see that little French battle going on between them and VeryGames. The story of Kenny S was obviously in the mix, but Fnatic proved themselves there and obviously progressed forward, so those two will be playing first, as you said, so that's going to be a real good game. Now, looking at the other half of the bracket, it's still pretty close, so that's the thing. Every single team that got there is just incredible. Every player played well, and even the teams that everyone thought was going to be a whitewash even stepped up. So the Copenhagen Wolves, for example, who had 2 new players, looked pretty damn strong and did test a couple of the bigger teams.
So we spoke a little about the LDLC. That was a bit of an upset in the first round, and obviously the Wolves, VeryGames taking that when we missed that kind of either all Denmark or all France. Any predictions for where things might go today? Can I twist your arm early, having seen the guys this morning?
I don't know. I want to have a little bit of a different kind of setup here. Every time it's always seemed to be VeryGames in the final up against NIP. I'd like to see Fnatic progress a little bit further here. I want to see if they can bring something a little bit more, special, something a little bit, deeper than what we've seen before, because they're such a talented bunch of guys and they were performing so well. I want to see what they can do here, because VeryGames looked a little bit shaky before. So maybe this could be a chance to see, the Fnatic side going a little bit further. So I'd say the first matchup, maybe Fnatic.
Heard it there, Fnatic first. Let's have a look now at the team sheet. We can take them through what could be your pick of the day, and we'll see who's going to be doing what for you today, Pansy.
Well, looking at that lineup, it's incredible. Freeze, Moddy, Carrigan, all of those guys are just playing right on form. It's especially Moddy yesterday. He was always such a key player for them, especially against the teams they already faced. But he really stepped up, and I'm looking at him again to keep doing it. And Freeze as well with that AWP fire. Last time at the previous RaidCall event in this very building, he was absolutely spot on. I want to see more of that.
So that's obviously the lineup. Let's take another look now at the guys from VeryGames, because they're the guys who are standing the way of them going through to that all-important finals today.
Yeah, and obviously Existence, MBK, Scream, Shocks, and Smiths. I watched them yesterday. I had the pleasure to cast them yesterday. And, they had moments of absolute genius, and then others who were a little bit shaky. So, there was a very close game against a team a lot of people thought would be a bit of a walk in the park. Maybe VeryGames went back to the drawing board. Last night they got out of it pretty early, rethought things through, and I want to see if they can bring, their A game, because they're a team who's very capable. It's just how well they've been performing, recently, and they took that time out from DreamHack as well to prepare for this. So hopefully we get to see a little bit of that.
Should be an awesome match, but I can tell you that the tension here in the studio is actually quite tangible. I hope that you at home are enjoying this as much as we are. The way you can get involved is by speaking to somebody who is absolutely wonderful and needs almost no introduction, but I'll do it anyway. The always lovely Melee. Melee, how are you doing?
Thank you, Sean. I'm great. Welcome to the second day of the RaidCall EMS1 Finals. It's going to be a very exciting day, because we have loads of exciting matches ahead of us. But well, I'm here for you. I'm taking care of the social media matters this weekend, and I'm your link to the show. You can be part of the show by communicating with me through Twitter or over Facebook, and also in our RaidCall channel 1997, where you have also the awesome point of view streams where you can watch the match out of the eyes of your favorite teams and also hear the voice communication. So get yourself in there, and before we're going over to the pre-match interview, let's have a quick look on the betting results on our EMS RaidCall page. I already prepared it, and the matchup Fnatic against VeryGames, which will start in a few minutes, is 33% to 67. Well, that's our online prediction, and we have an audience prediction from our audience here in the studio as well, and it's similar to the online one. So let's have a quick look on my 35-65. So let's see what this matchup holds for us. And Sean, take it away.
Thank you so much, Melly. I often get the lovely chances here, and that's to stand next to Peanut, who is going to tell us a little bit about his opinion of what promises to be an awesome matchup. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. So, big game now, our first of the semifinals for today. Do you have a prediction? Do you have thoughts on it?
Yeah, my thoughts are that VeryGames is going to win 2-0. I believe they are more prepared than Fnatic, maybe. And the team looks strong since Shoxy joined. Even though Kenny was the mad fragger before he left the team, he was kicked. I believe VeryGames looks stronger than Fnatic right now. But Fnatic showing very great games against FDLC, especially.
Now, you mentioned about that preparation, and people talked about that dream hack, sitting out and getting ready in preparation. You think that's going to make a difference today?
That VeryGames wasn't a dream hack. Well, VeryGames was preparing exams, I think, so they couldn't play a dream hack. I think they know very well how Fnatic is playing. Like, they know the pistol rounds, they knew the main rounds, so they prepared against them. And I believe that when you know how a team is playing, you can counter the strategy and stuff. So I think VeryGames has this advantage. It's a pros that the team has, and Fnatic doesn't have, I think.
Well, you heard it right there. We've got a vote for VeryGames here. I might lean towards Fnatic. It's going to be an awesome matchup. Thank you so much, sir. And of course, we're going to take you right over to the men that know absolutely everything. And for that, it is my good friend, Paul. Paul, take it away, sir.
I don't know about knowing everything. The answer to everything is 42, isn't it? Anyway, we are here for the semi-finals and the final today. Alongside me once more is Threat. Good afternoon, I guess, now. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
You
How
good?
are you?
Looking forward to these games?
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely awesome.
First one is a bit of an intriguing battle, actually, because it's Fnatic versus VeryGames. Fnatic came into the quarterfinals in a bit of a mess, frankly. Line-up issues, will they even be together after this tournament issues, lack of practice, poor performance at DreamHack, lost their luggage, lost their mice, keyboards, brains, all sorts of things went wrong for them. Yet somehow they came through against LDLC yesterday, who I had as a 100% lock to win that game. I guess the question is, can they do it again against another French side?
I actually think they can do. I mean, especially since they have received the luggage now, so they have their right keyboards, right mice, and I was completely shocked by them yesterday. They played really, really well, and it's all going to go down to individual performances from Fnatic. I mean, they have Modi, they have Kerrigan, they have Freeze, like, they are all such good individual players, so I mean, if they just can keep calm and just play the game they did yesterday, I think they have a chance of at least winning a map.
Yeah, they're going to get into the ninth round and do the hack and slash. Just a note for you at home as well. These two sides have met 4 times in Counter-Strike Go. They've met on Dust 2 twice. VeryGames winning 16-10 and 16-9 on both occasions. We're going to kick things off on Dust 2. To start, we're going to go to Mirage for map 2, and they've met on that before. That was also a VeryGames win, 16-6, and the only other time they met was back in January during the Fnatic Frag-Out tournament, which VeryGames also won 16-6 on Train. So 4 times they've met, and 4 times VeryGames have won. And you heard the chat from Vakam there, not surprisingly, the French media getting right behind the French team.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything is pointing that VeryGames is going to win this game, except Fnatic's performance yesterday, because in the last few weeks I actually felt like LDLC I thought they were kind of stronger than VeryGames actually, but yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, so Fnatic take the 9th round. It allows them to decide which side they will start on first. Dust 2 is a T map, so likely they'll stay on the T side.
Yeah, of course they will, and teams looks like they're getting ready to start this pistol round, which is also important, especially for the CT. You don't want to get in a bad economical position early in the game. And
yeah, VeryGames, one of the most successful teams in the RaidCall EMS 1 over the 2 seasons. Season 1, they were 14 games played, 12 wins, just 2 losses, but somehow still managed not to make the final. And this season, not quite so successful. 4 wins out of 8 during the regular season, during the regular cups. They didn't manage to win any of the cups this season either. They won cup number 4 last season. But here we go, semi-final number 1, Dust 2 to kick us off. It's VeryGames against Fnatic. And following this one is Virtus.pro versus Ninjas in Pyjamas. I don't think we could have had a more competitive semi-final lineup between the top 4 teams right now, in terms of results at least, over the last few months. Fnatic are the wild card in the bunch. They are the underdogs, amazingly.
Freeze already down to 1 HP.
Yeah, he is down to 1 HP, and already VeryGames getting very aggressive in B tunnels. Modi, meanwhile, has managed to make his way all the way up through A. The smoke is a little bit short, the crossover, but it doesn't matter. He managed to do a hop, skip, and a jump across that gap. And Shoxy does pick up the first kill around, and Zonfreeze, who, as Threat rightly pointed out, was already on 1 point of health. Bomb planted inside the A bomb site, and Trace will pick off MBK to equalise things back up at 4v4.
And I think Fnatic has a huge advantage right now. They have the bomb down and they have those clocks, so wouldn't be surprised if they want this pistol.
Now, do they boost a man up into the bomb site, or do they not? No, they don't, and that's a mistake for them, because Zip will pick up the first one, but Scream smiths, and Scream gets a second in there. Fnatic Carrigan is the last man standing there. He'll go down to the hand of Scream. The bomb is very close to going off here. This is going to be a close defuse, but I think they'll get it. Indeed they do. And the French start as they mean to go on. VeryGames take the opening round.
Great individual performance there from Scream. Really put up the numbers there. I mean, Fnatic had the bomb down, and VeryGames came back that round somehow, and great individual performance from Scream.
That's what it needs sometimes. A little bit of magic from one of the players is all good.
Let's hope VeryGames is playing better anti-ecos this game than they were yesterday versus Copenhagen Wolves, where they lost like 3 ecos in the same map. It was on Nuke, however, so...
Yeah, slightly different kettle of fish being on Dust too. Oh, look at this, look. Some Jewel Elites out. Always good to see the Jewelies. Not those Majoulies. No, lovely headshot from Scream. Just waited for Carrigan to walk into it, and Scream will get himself a second one through the door this time. 2 down, 3 to find. Minute remaining. Go on, Shoxy, run out there with those Jewelies. It's like some sort of old cowboy in a western.
Yeah, VeryGames not going to do anything stupid. Fnatic's just waiting for stupid aggression from VeryGames, but yeah. I don't think they will do that
Well,
today.
only MBK really trying to make his way forward at long A doors. He does have that Bison in hand as well. Look, Scream again. Ooh, he did get tagged a little bit there. Oh, here come the Jewel Elites though from Shox. Double kill from him, both headshots. Modi and Trace down. And Zip will now be your final member of Fnatic against 4 VeryGames players. And a very patient anti-eco from VeryGames' existence picks up the final kill of the round. Very nicely done.
Yeah, and a very simple anti-eco there from VeryGames. They lost 1 man, but he only had pistols, so I think they're quite happy with that. And we actually see existence here with the early auto sniper. They know that Fnatic got the plant on the pistol round, so they're expecting weapons, of course, this round.
Yeah, we've seen this before. Not usually on round 3, but has used it a couple of times. A little defensive flash off the wall inside B from Scream. And he knows that they're going to be pushing forward here. Oh, do you know what? That was a bit unlucky from him. He only unleashed a couple of bullets and he's gone down. Now, Smith's going to have to do a bit of defending in that B bomb site right now, because they're headed straight for it. Modi on the early buy here has picked up 1. Trace with the second now, and they've got a 5v2, and VeryGames seem to have been caught out here by the early round 3 buy. And they have these 2 men over at A. I think they're going to save these ones, Threat.
Yeah, they definitely want to save that auto sniper as well, since it's so expensive. I mean, great job there from Fnatic, completely reading VeryGames' play that they were only going to have 1 player in middle.
And BK does get himself 1. And there's a man creeping towards them right now in CT spawn, but Existence has managed to get himself away from there. Oh, just pops around the corner, uses that auto sniper like an AWP. Is he going to get another one? Yes, he is going to get another one.
And I actually think Carrigan should save this weapon, because if they would lose the next round, it's going to be very tough for them economically.
Indeed. Carrigan, the last man alive. And Fnatic will win round 3, so they've picked that one up early. I wouldn't call it a surprise round 3 buy, but VeryGames did seem to be taken aback by it.
Yeah, I mean, they managed to save 2 weapons, and I mean, they got the first entry frag in middle. It's so hard for VeryGames to come back there, so I mean, I think they're quite happy that they at least managed to save 2 weapons.
Just a note on your screen to remind you that there is no auto director, no CSGO TV as such, because of the 0 delay. It's live from the studios right now, Someone who's not alive is Scream, already picked off by Zip in the mid-area. Shox is going to fall to Zip as well, but Smith's having none of it. He's picked up one, damaged the second in the middle of that, but they're down to a 4v2, and it's the two men with guns from the previous round. MBK does get a lovely shot off onto Freeze, and now it's a 3v2. This could still be possible for VeryGames, and as I was saying, it's the observer is Joshua Steele-Nissen, who was doing a fantastic job yesterday.
Supik's in a great position though. It's going to be very, very tough.
Yeah, he is, and he is going to pick up the first one. That's a very straightforward kill on existence, and MBK now, well, he might as well go for this. They know they've got money for the next round. It's 3v1, he can give this a go. We're safe in the knowledge that it doesn't really matter about saving his weapon, although that flash is absolutely perfect off the side of the door. Carrigan gets the frag, and Fnatic tie us up at 2-2.
Great play from Fnatic so far. I feel like they have watched some replays from VeryGames because they're like abusing that VeryGames only have one player in the middle early in the round, so they just one flash out, three guys go out, and they get to enter frags in the middle, and that's basically round over because they can just split B from there.
Yeah, very smart play from Fnatic. I wouldn't say their strats are boring, but they do tend to have a very similar set of strats throughout the maps. I haven't seen them doing anything crazy or wild so far at these finals. Not really unexpected, to be honest. Once you've got your strats fixed, you don't really want to be going anywhere else with them right now. Modi trying to work the big tunnels and has done so to moderate success so far. He's got the kill onto one. Scream is the man disposed of. MBK's now picked off by Trace. And Fnatic again, just picking off a player at a time, and again, another one through the middle area. Existence caught out this time by Carrigan, and Fnatic will quite happily play a T-side on Dust 2 like this all day long. One player just being picked off at a time.
Yeah, exactly, and what will be interesting is see what VeryGames will try to do the next round, if they will have maybe two guys in the middle early, or they will try to do that boost over the double doors in the middle. I think they will try to do something different at least, because Fnatic is just cutting them off when they push out middle like that.
Yeah, Smith is now heavily tagged, 94 picked off from him. He's actually finally finished off by Trace. Looks like a free kill for him. Shox will now be our last man alive. And this time round it looks like a clean sweep from Fnatic. So apart from the pistol round and then the conversion on the eco, I haven't really seen an awful lot from VeryGames so far.
No, not really. I mean, yeah, they just got the pistol, and then after that it's actually looked quite easy for Fnatic. Just going up middle, getting the entry frags, and just forcing VeryGames to just save their guns right away.
Yep. Final man is picked off by Trace, who gets himself a triple in the round. You can see he's sitting at the top of the scoreboard right now in terms of points. He's 5-3, Zip 6-3, Carrigan 4, Modi 2, Freeze unusually without the kill so far. But I'm sure that won't take too much longer for him to pick up that one.
Now it will be interesting to see if they try something different than VeryGames. Going fast long, actually.
Yeah, looks like we've got a 3-2 split here on long and short. Two going to fly through the short. They're going to get caught by Smith, though. He's picked up the first, couldn't get the second. Trace managing to get that one. Shox has gone very aggressive on short here and waiting for that smoke to dissipate now. Is he going to get caught out here? Another smoke goes down. And Shox and Trace are very, very close to each other right now. This is going to be funny. Oh, well, he does get picked off by Shox. His existence now is waiting for that long A push. He gets the first one. Does he? No! Somehow loses out to Zip when he really shouldn't have done. Freeze nails MBK. And now we've got a 3 versus 2 from a 4 versus 3. An advantage Fnatic now in round number 5. Very low on health though here, and last man standing now is Zip. This is a good take back by VeryGames, although it's now 1v1. Zip's got to spin round here. Shox versus Zip for the map and the round. Oh my goodness, both very low indeed. Zip still firing off very defensively. He was never going to win that one with the amount of health he had remaining, and Shox without a diffuse kit. This will be a bit close for comfort, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get this one.
Yeah, he's going to get it.
There we go, 3-3.
Very back and forth around there. I mean, at first it looked very easy for VeryGames, but after their existence missed that spray, it actually looked like Fnatic was going to take it. Then very nice headshot from Scream, who has been performing these few rounds we had today, and turned that grounder, saved VeryGames once again. So basically the 2 rounds VeryGames has won was thanks to Scream.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, they're dicing with death in the middle there, with Freeze having the big green now. But we are all tied up. VeryGames on Well, not a partial buy, but not a full one either. Got a couple of Thanos in there alongside
And we actually
AK and M4s.
3 guys defending middle now for VeryGames, so they know what Fnatic's up to.
Oh, it's nice. That's smart play by VeryGames. They've altered their strats, knowing full well that Fnatic was starting to abuse the fact that they only have one man spotting in mid. And they've closed off that particular avenue of pleasure for Fnatic. So they're going to have to find another entry point now. That 3-2 split on A, short and long, didn't work for Fnatic last time round, although you could argue they got the bomb down. Albeit through some poor spray from Existence. Now, MBK, perfectly lined up well, he's flashed out, and that's why he saw the missed shots, and Trace will win that first battle. Existence now having to flash down on the floor very quickly, through the smoke round the side. He's going to get picked off by Trace, who gets his second of the round, and Zip now with a third, and VeryGames are falling apart here at Long A.
Yeah, it's very easy round there for Fnatic, who's probably just going to force out the save. Flawless round.
Oh my goodness.
And I wonder about NBK's angle at long there. I mean, he had a FAMAS there and he has nowhere to escape. I mean, even if he would go on frag, it wouldn't be enough so strange angle.
Yeah, let's just get a little bit of team radio from VeryGames.
Il court super fast sur le mid, donc à mon avis, tunnel B, ils font 2, tu vois.
Mid, il court toujours, quoi. Mid, il rapide tous les rounds, en fait, tu vois.
Yeah, so they're complaining about the mid again, and well, not time to panic just yet, but Fnatic are certainly abusing the holes and the flaws that they see in VeryGames' positions right now.
Yeah, for sure, and yet again, VeryGames forced to another eco, so this is what happens sometimes when you're siege on Dust 2. The round just run away and suddenly it's 11-4. You just have like 6 or 7 ecos in one half.
Yeah, on an eco right now. Should be 5-3 to Fnatic if they can convert. And they're heavy favourites too. 91% of rounds are won by the team that have guns on Dust 2, by the way. Only 9% of games, although that still seems quite a lot to me. Every 9 out of 100 eco rounds are won by the team that are on the eco. Fantastic grenade right into the middle of the A bomb site from Zip. Does pick up the first kill. Freeze will get the second one actually with the HE. Carrigan picks up the third. They're falling like flies now in that middle area. Carrigan just spraying through the smoke, and the only man to get anything out of that was Existence, getting a kill on to Carrigan. He's down to 57 health in the mid area, and he's going to fall to Modi surely here as well, and does so for Fnatic to lead 5-3.
And I feel like Fnatic is in VeryGames' head right now. I mean, VeryGames is forced to have many guys in middle because they know there's a possibility for Fnatic to use that middle round, but still they don't have to use it, so it's like they have to lessen their defense in some way, in some position, and I don't think they're happy with that.
Yeah, Freeze taking a bit of a pot shot in the middle, worth a shot. It's all about timing really, and working out when they might be running past that gap in mid doors. Was smoked, of course. Oh, Smith. Well, he's got himself a fortunate frag on Carrigan. And again, weapon-wise, not in the best of shape just now. They've got 2 FAMAS, 2 M4, and nothing on Smiths right now. So economy-wise, money-wise, really suffering threat.
Yeah, for sure. And strange decision to buy FAMASes on the P250 in such early stage of the game. Most teams would usually go for a double eco, but I mean, Smiths managed to get that first frag, so they have a great chance of winning this round at least.
Certainly improved. Freeze still sitting there with AWP. Is this going to be another A hit? They've yet to go B.
Yeah, we actually see 2 VeryGames players.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That, I mean, just too easy when it's like that. Free kill onto Shocks for Trace. That gives him an opening on long A yet again. Again, they're going to work this long A. They've lost the man on short though right now. Modi's gone down, so they're going to have to make this push very quickly here. And 2 smokes are deployed on the crossover in towards the A bomb site. They down 1, they down 2, and now we're at 2 versus 2 from a 4v2. But they are pushing in on a pincer movement right now of the VeryGames players. This is a really nice take back inside the site. MBK gets the first and the second, both of them very low health. It'll be a long defuse, but it'll be well worth it. VeryGames pull it back to 4-5.
I mean, VeryGames didn't manage to win that round, but still, they got the first frag, and it still was very, 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 very close. And I still want to talk about why they always leave one guy aggressive at long, and like he has no backup or anything.
No.
I mean,
And
two times now, he didn't even manage to get one frag, and even if he managed to get one frag, that's not a good trade for CT on this map.
Yeah.
So,
well, and the other thing it does, of course, is it opens up long A. It means that they can literally just walk in there and do whatever they want.
Yeah,
It gives them so many more different ideas on their strats, and they're obviously not concentrating on B now. They don't care about the B. It's almost like there is only one bomb site on Dust 2 right now, and it's the A site. And they're hitting that every round.
See, once again, Shox all alone at long, just going down without a single kill.
Yeah, very, very strange push from them. I suppose it does give them information, but again, a bomb site looking like the likely candidate for a bomb plant. Carrigan, hop, skip and a jump across the smoked up crossway. And bomb will go down here for long. Oh, well, they've got to be careful because he's under a lot of pressure. He's going to have to plant safe now. That's going to make a little bit of a difference because Freeze now won't be able to walk from long to protect that bomb. So instead, they're going to come flying in towards Gandalf here. There's a brilliant flash, actually. Blinded me on the screen. And through the box, 1, 2 will fall. And Fnatic execute the perfect long A strat. And I bet they're happy mood right now.
Så du ham, Michael, eller hvad? Altså, smoken, din smoke sprang, så løb jeg forbi, så stod jeg og løb.
Inga pengar, man.
Well, I heard Modi say in Swedish that he's really, really happy that VeryGames' economy is just there. Well, they have no money, basically.
No, they've been terrible counter-terrorists, and when you're terrible counter-terrorists, the bank manager doesn't lend you any cash for weapons, and therefore you're well, kind of screwed, to put it bluntly. And that's where VeryGames are after 10 rounds right now. 6-4 to Fnatic. You can see there, VeryGames just starting to push into the B tunnels. Again, being very aggressive on CT. And I'm not quite sure why, because none of the aggression they've used so far has really worked out.
Yeah, that's true. They are on eco now, however, so I mean, they can just maybe take a risk. But still, I mean, on the weapon rounds, they're playing alone. I mean, you can play alone at that position if you just spot and have an escape plan from there. But if you stand in like a big pit in long or just aggressive in the A house, I mean, you're committed. You have to take the duel. And if you're playing against 4 Fnatic players at the same time, you're not going to stay alive. That's for sure.
Which is exactly what's about to happen in B. They've gotten rid of Existence, who had dropped back a little bit, but Zip and Carrigan have combined to pick off 4 now, and that'll be the 5th from Modi's HG. 7-4 the lead now for Fnatic on the eco.
Yeah, and I mean, it's still a pretty decent score for VeryGames. They've been kind of lucky. I mean, they only won, I think, 1 or 2 weapon rounds so far. Since they won the pistol round, they still have 4 rounds. So if they get 1 or 2 more rounds, I think they're quite happy at least.
Yeah, remember it is a T map. It's a 55-45 T-sided map. The only one in the map pool of the 7 that we have. We'll be moving on to Mirage after this one. Nuke, if we need it, will be the 3rd map, and neither of these 2 teams have played each other on Nuke. So we'll be in uncharted territory if we reach that far. Getting ahead of ourselves right now. We're in the first half of the first map of the first semi-final of the second RaidCall EMS 1 Cup. Yep, $35,000 up for grabs, and right now, Fnatic trying to reach their 2nd consecutive final. Remember last season in April, they went down to the Ninjas in Pyjamas in the grand final. Many people said they were lucky to get to the final because of the draw that they had was very favourable. This time round, they don't have a favourable draw, so if they reach it this time round, I don't think there'll be any complaints about Fnatic reaching the final. At the moment, doing a very good job on Dust 2, leading here 7-4, in a little bit of trouble in the B bomb site, but they should be able to get this bomb planted right now. And Trace, well, he's kind of stuck a little bit at the hole, and he will go down to MBK. Freeze now, AWP spotting from the back entrance from B tunnels. Oh, he's missed the shot as well. It was a straightforward shot. Can he get the second one? No, he can't. And now it's all down to Carrigan, and he'll fall at the hands of MBK, who again, they don't have a kit, but it doesn't matter a jit. They're going to win the round, and it's going to be 7-5.
Yeah, I really feel that Carrigan should have moved and helped his teammate instead of trying to get some picks out in middle there, just running dark hallways and help them defend the B-bomb site. But, I mean, still great play from NBK, and finally managed to stop that middle round from Fnatic.
So 3 more rounds left of the half. And I think that's the first bad round I've seen Fnatic play.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they had the middle there. They should have won that round. They did get good trades. It was a 3v3 and they got the bomb down, so poorly play in the afterplant.
Man up on short is just out of reach of Smith. That'll be a little bit frustrating for him.
I see 3 guys in middle again for VeryGames.
Definitely fearing that mid push once more.
Yeah, they know they was just quite lucky that they managed to win the last round they went out there, so still very scared of that mid push. And we see NBK alone in the big pit once again.
Carrigan right now is working short. Shox waiting for any push in mid again. He's got Smith alongside him. And they are laying a little bit of fire into that area. Much slower round this time round from Fnatic. 42 seconds remaining. Here comes the push though. Smith is dealt with by Trace through the door, and Shox now has to hold this position. There's a smoke through. He wasn't falling for it at all. He gets the first and spray control for the second as well. And really nicely done by Shox. Now Scream inside the bomb site does get up the 2 kills in there, and will get the third. Well, no, not quite. Zip has been absolutely on fire and has got himself 2 kills this round. Make that a third. The boy can AWP as well. Now a 1v1. Can he pick this one up? No, he can't. Existence will win the round. And VeryGames somehow have reduced this to a 6-7 scoreline, which I don't think is reflective of what we've seen.
No, I completely agree. That round as well, Fnatic with a great opening, got the entry frag in middle, and then Shox and Scream just, by individual skill, managed to rack up 4 kills together, so that's what's in Fnatic's way right now. They're just getting out-aimed.
So Fnatic with a 1-round advantage right now, and this is well, much closer than it should have been, really, from the play that we've seen. VeryGames have shown very little so far, and yet somehow, well, perhaps the mark of a great team, are still in this game. Very much still in this game.
And once again, we see only one guy at short aggressive and one guy at long aggressive. It seems to be what VeryGames do every single round.
Minute remaining in round 14. Zip picked off. For the first time in a while, VeryGames have a man advantage. Let's see whether they can convert this one into a round which would equalise them back at 7-7. Shox is just dancing around in mid-doors right now to try and avoid the flashes. But Fnatic starting to run out of options here.
With the NBK once again all alone here. Let's see if he manages to get at least 1 frag this time.
No, he hasn't gone aggressive this time. He's still in pit. Flash is going to go out. It's a very defensive-looking Flash. He's not able to do anything about it, but he is being able to pick up a headshot on Trace. Freeze gets 1. MBK again coming under attack from 2 men down in pit. Freeze will get his second. And now they move in towards the A bomb site. And Carrigan with a headshot through the box onto Existence. He's replied back on him by Scream. And now Freeze is the Lone Ranger for Fnatic here.
Smith is in short, so this will be impossible since he has to get the bomb down in 5 seconds.
Yeah. Well, he's going for it. If he gets that bomb down, that's ridiculous. Well, it didn't matter in the end. They got the extra cash, I suppose, and that might just have been a little bit vital because 2 or 3 of them are quite short on money right now. So that might have made a difference for the last round, but it's 7-7 threat.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I mean,
how?
It feels like Fnatic is playing better somehow.
It does. Or it did anyway until about 3 rounds ago when they amazingly started hitting B bomb site. We were saying earlier on, hadn't had a first B rush for 10 rounds, and then suddenly they start hitting B and things go wrong. I don't know if the 2 are connected.
Yeah, it's very, very weird. I mean, they got inside B and had numbers advantage, or at least 3v3 situations, and that heavily favors the terrorists, but still they didn't manage to finish the rounds because of some great individual performances from both Scream and MBK.
There we go, last round of the half. And one of these 2 teams will go with an 8-7 lead. And Zipper's trying to make sure that it's Fnatic. I think VeryGames will be very happy with this first half, regardless of which way round it is in scoreboard.
And let's see, it's all going down now how things will happen in short with Existence here. Existence are peeking through the smoke, and I don't think Fnatic is stupid enough to walk through it.
Oh my goodness, that flash was very good. Existence does pick up the kill. And now we're 1 for 1. Oh, look, push here. 3 man on long right now. Smith is short of bullets. He's going to have to pull away from there and reload. Shox does get one. Zip getting one in between that, and Fnatic now down to 2 men on the bomb site. They're going to have a little boost up into the bomb site here. I don't think it's going to make any difference though. Trace on his own, 1 versus 3. It's now a 1v2, and he is going to go down at the hands of Scream. And VeryGames somehow come back from the death in that map, and they now lead 8-7. Extraordinary first half.
Yeah, I'm very, very confused right now. I mean, it looked like Fnatic had everything figured out. They got the entry frags at least. I think they lost 4 rounds where they got the entry frag, and like they didn't even lose a single HP. And somehow they're getting on the bomb site, and then for VeryGames in like 2 seconds they get 4 frags in a row. Like Scream, 2 headshots, Shox 2 headshots, and then they just defuse. It's like it's so fast I can't even notice what happened.
So first half.
Fnatic must win this pistol if they will have a chance of winning this map.
Yeah, indeed. We'll give you the scoreboard at the end of this round. But immediately the gunfire has opened up in mid, and VeryGames have popped 3 onto short here, 1 through mid, who's causing a bit of grief, but they are going to push straight into the A bomb site. Freeze now coming under a tremendous amount of attack here. Defensive flash, defensive smoke deployed. Not in the right position either, although Zip, can he pick up one? No, he hasn't. Amazingly, they've dropped like flies here though, VeryGames. Really quick execution into the bomb site, but it hasn't worked out for them, and Trace gets the last one, and they didn't lose a single man.
Yeah, great play from Fnatic right there. They completely stopped the attack and managed to like pick them up 1 by 1. I felt like VeryGames should have fallen back when they noticed there were so many Fnatic players there, but they still tried to force their way on to that bomb site, and it just didn't work out. And yeah, this was a must-win for Fnatic, so they're 1 step closer of a comeback on this map.
Wow, crazy round, and worked really nicely for them. You might have just got a glimpse of the scoreboard there, and sitting at Zip is actually 24 for 9 right now, which is double the amount of kills that anyone else has on either team. Shox on 13 just behind him, and Trace on 13 in his own team. 24 kills for Zip in the first half.
Yeah, he's been playing absolutely amazing, had many great rounds as terrorist, almost winning that 1v3 inside of B.
We said he was playing like a beast before. Multiple flashes in towards the A bomb site now. Fnatic gonna have to defend this one from a little bit further back, but again it's Zip who picks up one. Trace trying to combine with him to get another one. Oh, they'll both drop though. Both got in each other's way a little bit there, and NBK will pick up 3 kills. And Shoxy gets one, and somehow now it's 2 versus 2. Carrigan now back round the corner. Guess what? Gets 2. Can he get the 3rd? No, not quite. Here goes Carrigan though. He's the man that finishes the last man off. He'll grab an M4 for his trouble and get the defuse. Messy round for Fnatic, but in the end, it only matters that they've got the round on the board.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing I think they're least happy about is that VeryGames managed to get the plant down, which means they can buy this round. And Fnatic losing 4 players, they don't have much to play with. And if they lose this pistol, this weapon round, it's basically like they're losing the pistol round since they were forced to 2 ecos.
Yes. Moving on to 25. Almost certainly going to have a 30 bomb out of him. 9-8 Fnatic now.
Mario very aggressive here in middle.
He's playing the role of 3 people that VeryGames had in the first half, as he waits at double doors. Smith, his opposite number through the side, edging forward on catwalk right now, and Trace is sort of caught in 2 minds as Carrigan opens things up for Fnatic. Nicely done. Body will get the 2nd one, and a 3rd one here. Maybe not a 4th though. Scream eventually shutting him down, but the damage is done right now. It's a 4v2. Bomb is down in that mid area too, so really difficult to see how VeryGames can possibly win this round, but it's about picking off a player or 2 now, isn't it?
Yeah, but Zepex is already behind them from long, and he just managed to get around that corner. But Zepex will still have a great position up there in middle, so this round is basically over. Freeze also covering Kitty here with his ult.
Yeah, MDK is going to come under fire from Zip, who's trying to track him back on short right now. Scream trying to break into the B bomb site at the same time, but that's going to be tricky too, because the bomb is sitting in mid with 20 seconds remaining, and a 4v1 is not going to help them. Zip does pick up yet another kill, And that's kill number 26 on the board for him. And Fnatic, they've recovered from a sloppy end of the first half.
Yeah, for sure. And great play there from Fnatic, who just got 2 early picks there in middle. I mean, it was probably Muddy who was standing there, and he heard like 3 or 4 VeryGames players. So we told Kerrigan and B, it's like there's no point of you using your op in B. You can just come to middle and try to pick them off here. And Kerrigan managed to get that first frag, and Muddy got 2. So they were in a 5v2 very early in the round.
So, round 19, Fnatic trying to win for the first time against VeryGames in an official map between these two. 4 maps played before, all 4 maps going the way of VeryGames in a real mixture of tournaments over the last 12 months as well. Mad Cats Birmingham, they played twice, they lost twice. Most rounds they got was 10, and that was on Dust 2, ironically, where we are right now. Before that, never managing to get more than 9 rounds on Dust, Mirage, or Train. And we play Mirage next. Last time they met on that, 16-6. That was also at Mad Cats Birmingham back in April. So doing a good job of trying to buck the trend and beating VeryGames for the first time.
Yeah, and I actually think they have a great shot of doing that, since VeryGames is right now on Eco. Managed to headshot 3 picks there, but I don't think that will matter too much. And if Fnatic manages to win this round flawlessly, I think they're actually in a great position of winning this map.
Uh-oh, Moddy's going to fill his boots here. That's 3 from him. Easy as you like. Thanks very much. Trace with another one. And that'll be GG for round number 19. Fnatic lead 11-8 now.
And a flawless round.
And a flawless round. And that now is the most amount of rounds that Fnatic have ever got against VeryGames in an official match. So they've already broken 1 hoodoo. They just need 5 more and they'll win their first ever map against them.
And if they just keep playing the way they have done, I mean, they played well the first half as well. It was just VeryGames who pulled off some amazing individual performances. So I think Fnatic is heavily favored of winning this map right now.
Yeah, for those of you just joining us, this is the first semi-final of the day. The grand final of the RaidCall EMS1 Summer Cup will be played out this evening, no earlier than 8 o'clock Central European Summer Time. May be played later depending on how long it takes these 4 teams to separate themselves. We've got the second semi-final, virtus.pro against Ninjas in Pyjamas. Ninjas in Pyjamas with a 10-4 advantage in a head-to-head matches between those two right now. virtus.pro the only team to have beaten NIP in a land final as a stunning AWP shot from Smith smashes into Freeze. And VeryGames now have a man advantage here in round 20.
And Fnatic should just say right away now. The only thing they don't want is to be forced on another eco, so they just should say right away. I mean, they're leading, they have money. I mean, they should just try to say.
Smith currently seems to have attached his head to a yo-yo.
And it looks like they're going for it. They're actually sneaking up, so VeryGames can still think they're saving.
Smith, well, he's got caught short here, on short, in front of the A bomb site. They're going to go for this. Carrigan's got himself 1 and 2, and can he get a third now? Zips in towards the bomb site. They've only got a last man standing, and Zip takes the head off a Scream. And Fnatic with a phenomenal 4-man versus 2-man take back at that bomb site.
Absolutely stunning shots from Kerrigan right there, and I really like the plan that Fnatic had there. They actually just walked up and wanted to wait as long as possible for VeryGames, because VeryGames in that spot they're thinking, or they're probably saving their guns. And it's completely quiet. They see no CTs.
Yep.
And suddenly there are all 3 at the bomb site, just shocking them.
Yeah, I mean, you could almost see it in the body language of the players inside the bomb site. They're bumping up and down, they're jumping up and down. They're not really bothered because they're not really expecting these guys to go for it because of the money situation. Fnatic make a stunning retake. It's probably the best retake we've seen of any bomb site this weekend of all the RaidCall EMS1 Cup games. So worth spinning that one back round again. Maybe we'll have a look at that in the highlights after the match. Fnatic now leading 12-8 after what really should have been 11-9. And VeryGames now, they've got to get back into the game.
Mario with the same position once again going down to existence.
Yeah, and Freeze now AWPing through the mid, has got himself 2. Flash will be very good indeed. Scream running away from that mid area, knowing that he's very blind. He now goes in towards the B bomb site. No, fake into that site first, and then Flash is middle. They're all around him. There are 5 men, but if anyone can do it, it's Scream who can do it. Gets one, can't get the second. Trey shuts him down, and Fnatic now lead 13-8, and I think that's going to be another eco for VeryGames.
Yeah, I think so as well.
It's borderline. No, they are going to go for it. They're going to have to go for it, and if they lose this one, it doesn't matter so much, because then at least they do have an eco to 15. If they didn't buy this round and then lost and then eco'd, they'd be on 15 and on an eco. So
exactly,
probably the best way of doing it right now.
Still see they don't have all the grenades they need, so it's going to be very tough for them. I think they have to improvise some, because VeryGames is a team that usually try to use every single grenade they have, and now when they don't have them, they just have to basically use their individual skill instead.
There's no armor or helmet for Scream. There's no helmet for Smiths either, because he bought the AWP. And I'm pretty sure I didn't think he had enough to buy any armor whatsoever. So a very thin looking team right now. You can see Existence and Shock's the only one with any flash or smoke. As Threat rightly pointed out, that does restrict them somewhat. With Fnatic now leading 13-8.
And 4 guys going out short now. It's all going to be about Freeze hitting those early
oh my
shots
goodness.
now.
Well,
they're turning back.
No, they're going to fake that. They're going to fake the short, and they're going to push 3 men through to the other side now. Moddy's still waiting there. Flashed first. Will pick up a really, really nice shot on Existence. It was a pinged headshot to start with. Miking himself a second one in mid as well. Kerrigan inside the bomb site now, defending against the AWP. It's AWP versus AWP, and Kerrigan wins that battle against Smiths. Where is Kenny S when you need him? Not there. Short picks up the frag, and now it's a 3 versus 3.
And this round still very heavily favors VeryGames, so it's going to be interesting to see Fnatic's trying to retake. I mean, they have done some great retakes, so
yeah, indeed. Are we going to see another retake of brilliance by Fnatic? 3 versus 3. Options for MBK. He's picked off by Zip though, who picks up yet another frag. It's now a 2 versus 2. Scream protecting the doorway now. In towards the bomb site. He missed the first one. Doesn't matter though, because Shocks has landed 2 big kills on Freeze and Zip, and they've reduced the gap to 13-9. This is game on.
Yeah, Freeze actually missed a completely open shot there. I don't think he's happy with that, but still, VeryGames won that round quite evenly, and they're very low on money right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you who isn't low on money and isn't low on amount of kills right now is Zip, who's now on a 28, and still no one else in the 20s just yet.
Yeah,
incredible.
He's been playing absolutely amazing this game.
So Fnatic still have a 4-round advantage on a bye right now. Next round probably wouldn't be. In fact, almost definitely. Well, no, they might be able to strike, but it depends, actually. It depends on a number of things, i.e. how many kills they get in this round. No need to worry about that if you're a Fnatic fan just yet, though, because they haven't lost the round. Here is number 29, is it? No! Zip picked off by MBK. A lot of damage done in there, though.
And still that danger I've been talking about, playing that A-house all alone.
Yeah.
And it never works out, basically. I mean, we've seen that 5 rounds now this game.
On both sides too, has to be said. It's not just one player doing that.
Yeah, for VeryGames it was Shoxy and MBK who just was standing there alone. Yeah, didn't get a single frag any of the times actually. And yeah, if Fnatic wants to win this round, Freeze has to hit at least 2 AWP shots right now.
Got one lined up, smoke deployed. Good flash as well. That'll slow them down a little bit, but it will force them down low. He's missed the original one, and he's going to get swamped here. He's going to get flanked from one side. Does pick up a stunning headshot on Scream before Shocks picks back up the kill to even things up. We're now at 3 versus 3 once more.
And MBK is in the big pit, so VeryGames have all the map control they need right now to win this round.
Yep. And are they going to go for this one again? Wow, it does look like they're going to push all 3 onto short here. That would be amazing. Well, they really are playing with a lot of confidence, that's for sure. They are going to try and get into the bomb site here. Here comes Moddy, first man onto site. There is a man to his very close right-hand side who he does pick up, and he goes for a very fast defuse indeed. And can VeryGames get there in time? I don't think they're going to be able to. Oh my goodness! Ninja defuse out of brilliance from Moddy. And Fnatic amazingly win the round and take the lead 14-9.
I think we should listen to VeryGames communication right now.
Vas-y, drop. Le micro, vraiment.
Un shot flash, on n'a pas le reste.
Moi j'ai tout, moi. Si, moi j'ai tout pour faire tranquille. Richard, mets la tour.
Well, I think they're staying focused at the very least, because that sounded like a lot of strategy, but gee whiz. We've seen some phenomenal ninjas, not least of which from existing Ninjas in Pyjamas DreamHack, but wow, Modi wasting no time whatsoever to get in there and do that. And another piece of Counter-Strike magic from Modi. Fnatic now just 2 away from taking their first map ever.
And they should really see if this round going for
I should say against VeryGames, not their first map ever. They've won a few in their time. Blimey.
Exactly.
Getting carried away.
But as I want to talk about that Ninja reviews again, it's like it must be miscommunication for VeryGames, but because why would they plant behind the box and have 2 guys at long? It doesn't make sense.
Exactly. I was going to say that to you as well. Why plant safe if you've put a guy in pit?
Yeah,
makes no sense.
I mean, they can't see behind the box. I mean, they have to plant in front of the box. Then it's. I mean, I don't even like it then either, because the CTs, if they have a smoke left, they can just do as existed on DreamHack.
As Joshua right now is just pointing out, yeah, exactly, that whole area there.
Yeah.
If you plant there and you're AWPing from long, then it's much more difficult to do anything like that. But planting in such a poor position has cost VeryGames the round. It didn't cost them that round, though. They had a nice smart plant at B, and they have won the round. Fnatic just saving those 3 weapons for the cash. So 14-10 right now. And Freeze is blocked out by the smoke in mid. 5-man push here, very quick in towards B. Is this going to be a full push? It is going to be a full push, you know. VeryGames going monster aggressive inside the B bomb site, and in they go. Very clean in there. I don't think they were expecting them to be full bought, and they're not, that's why. But they are making a bit of a comeback here. Fnatic have picked up 2 kills inside the bomb site. Can Carrigan get himself another one? He's very close to picking one up. Freeze with the AWP inside the bomb site, not able to pick up the kill. Did tag him, did he through the door? It's very low in terms of health for all 3 players on both sides. Now, who's going to win the head-to-head? 1 for 1 right now. 2 versus 2 inside the site. And Fnatic going to back away? They are going to back away, you know. It's 2 health and 38 health. They've both got weapons. And they don't want to go for this, but very, very close indeed.
Yeah, I mean, they had an eco this round. I think they saved... No, they actually bought, but...
No, well, they had a partial buy, because the 2 guys that didn't have weapons didn't buy this round. So it's not even a buy round, but they had 3 weapons. Yeah. Freesto picks off MBK. Now Shops his last man standing. He's going to go down to Freeze as well. Oh, my goodness. Another point-blank range AWP shot from Freeze. Wins Fnatic the round, and they are now on map point.
2 HP, so 1 shot from Freeze there and he would have gone down, and he still manages to get both AWP frags. Just amazing AWP play from Freeze, and just that's what he was famous for in 1.6 as well, just those sick reflexes, and he always hit them. It's so annoying to play versus him. And that's a reason why.
You're not kidding. Yeah, exactly, because he can win rounds on his own like that. And well, he hasn't done a huge amount in this game. He's 14 for 15 right now, but if that's all he contributes, I think his team will be fine with that, thanks very much. And Existence now starting things off for VeryGames in round 26 as they dispose of Modi. And I think our observer's gone to sleep right now, although we can see a few people through X-ray. Thank you, Josh. As MBK now gets the kill on to Zip. 4 men pushing on short. They've got a 5th here going long as well, so it's a 4-1 split, sort of a classic push on towards the bomb site. Freezes ain't not true this time round as Scream gets him, and Trace and Carrigan now probably going to save even at this point without the bomb being planted. And look, what do you know, bomb planted for long.
Yeah, now they know what to do. And I just want to say it again, like this match is like far from over. Fnatic is in a very poor economical position right now. It's very, very important for them that they manage to save their guns, because you may think, oh, there's 5 match rounds, but basically it's only like 2 or 3, because they won't be able to afford to buy every single round.
Yeah, I don't think Steel could quite keep up with that last round. Our Mega Observer, he's been fantastic all weekend long, but just managed to hit the escape button at the end of that round. But I think probably just out of unbelievable, couldn't believe what he'd just seen.
Yeah.
And they do manage to survive that end of the round. So 15-11 right now, still 4 more rounds for VeryGames to get back into this. This is as hard as it's ever been against Fnatic for them. They've never been in this kind of territory. This is new territory for them.
And I really think, yeah, Fnatic is just ecoing. I mean, they saved 2 weapons, but it still makes more sense to eco now, because they only need 1 round, so they want to be able to full buy.
Yep. So no buy, just the 2 guns they saved from the previous round. And MBK And Shocks starting things off for the French, nicely done. And this looks like it's edging towards 15-12. And I wonder how big the 2 rounds from Modi winning on the Ninja Diffuse and Freeze with that point-blank range AWP shot. I wonder how big they're going to be. Right now, Carrigan picks off 2 very quick headshots on Shocks and Smith. Screams then shut him down, and Tracer will now be the last alive. But this is going to be 15-12.
Yeah, exactly. He's all, of course, only going to try to save. The only thing that makes sense for them right now is trying to get money so they can win a round, because they only need 1 more. And we're probably going to see a full buy now from Fnatic, or maybe they're actually going. No, they're buying, of course.
Yeah, they would. I think they would buy. I mean, they've got close to 7k for 2 men, so.
But I mean, still only two rounds left now, because they will have money this round, and then they will eco next if they lose, and then the last round. So 2 weapon rounds for Fnatic.
Well, no tag, but that was very close. Could have only been a couple of pixels out. Double flash in towards the bomb site. Scream knows that Modi's going to be round this corner, and he's completely flashed out as well. But Carrigan is right on the money with the AWP. Picks up the reply frag onto Scream, but he's not seen Shocks inside the bomb site. And they've managed to get into this site very cleanly indeed, and have a man advantage now.
Yeah, they should just save right away, because if they manage to save all 3 weapons, they still have 2 weapon rounds. So, and we already see MBK going aggressive, because in this situation as terrorists, it's super important to try to kill the cities who are saving their weapons, because if they manage to kill them now, it basically means they have 1 less weapon round to win.
This game is so tense right now. 3 rounds left, including this one. And Zip's going to get himself an exit kill here on MBK.
And now VeryGames knows, they know they're saving. We can see on the overview like Shock's existence going super aggressive now, and I really would like to see Cipix trying to go defensive and play with his teammates, because he really needs to save that balance.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Wakey, wakey, son! He's behind you!
It's like he actually thought he heard someone in front of him. It's very weird. I don't know, maybe he thought someone was up middle, that's why he didn't go too long, I don't know, but I would have gone too long in that position.
Oh well, only the one weapon lost. Good job this isn't in the theatre, wasn't it? Fnatic leading 15-13 now. 2 rounds remaining. And still, VeryGames won't let them win the match.
And we actually see 2 VeryGames players just rushing inside of B2, because they had 1 guy peek in middle. I actually saw that Fnatic didn't even jump past the double doors in mid. So he was like, just rush in B. There's no possibility of someone being there, because Fnatic was standing in spawn discussing if they were going to buy or not.
And VeryGames right now trying to protect this B bomb site. They've got a 3-man set up inside that site to protect the bomb, and their entries into B have been very good, in contrast with Fnatic's, who were pretty horrible in the first half. They were much more successful on the A site, and in comparison, VeryGames haven't really had that much success at A, so they're complete opposite between the 2. And this is going to be another save, and they've got 5 men in there. We might actually end the round here with all 10 men alive, and VeryGames having won the round. There's probably an achievement badge or something in CSGO for that.
Yeah, probably. And I mean, VeryGames, of course, is going to try to kill them, but the positions Fnatic's in right now is basically going to be impossible. And yeah, 15-14, so only 1 round left now for Fnatic to be able to shut this map down.
And we will have MR5 if we end up with a tie, so VeryGames right now, the best they can do is a tie, and Scream has got the auto sniper kill onto Carrigan to start things off. VeryGames
Mud in a very, very good position right now.
Yeah,
I don't think they have any clue.
well, Freak's also in a good position in mid, but he's not going to win the battle. It's Smith who gets a 2nd of the round, and now Fnatic seemingly have thrown away their opportunity after 2 magical rounds from Modi and Freeze. It's now VeryGames who are looking very good to go to overtime here. Zip now on short. Needs some big, big kills from him.
Yeah, I mean, the Cipix, of course, just going to go for it. This is the last round, but I guess they're just feeling kind of desperate right now. What can they do?
Zip trying to pick off the head in mid. around the gaps, but Existence, the only man to have lost any health so far. He's down to 65. The rest of them are all with 4 health. They've managed to make their way up towards crossover here. They are going to come into fire from Zip, though, who does pick up the kill on MBK, so they've got to be a little bit careful. Oh, brilliant fake, actually, from VeryGames. They pushed long with one guy, and now in towards the bomb site goes Trace like a, well, he's like a Rambo in there. Got one, didn't get the second, and now Zip's got a huge tall order to do. It's a 3 versus 1, and I can't see how even the magical Zip can come up with 3 kills with 41 points of health. He's picked off by Smiths. And we have a tie in our first semi-final match, and I think that's probably about right on balance in the end.
Yeah, for sure. And both team playing great, both team making some mistakes, and I mean they did have 15-10, but as I said earlier, they were in a bad economical situation. So from that position, from 15-10, there were only like 2 real weapon rounds that was played. So I want to talk about the second last round where Fnatic was actually standing in CT spawn discussing if they were going to buy.
Yeah.
And then VeryGames had an AWP just peeking through the middle doors, and they saw, oh, there's nobody in B, just go in. And Fnatic just had bought. It was completely useless buy because the terrorist just went into B and planted.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some remarkable rounds out of the 30 that we've seen. We've seen some individual skill. We've seen some great retakes from Fnatic in particular. We've seen an ninja defuse. We've seen some 5-man rushes. We've seen also, I think we've seen almost everything that you could possibly want to see in a Counter-Strike match. And it seems almost fitting, really, that we've ended up as a draw.
Yeah.
But one of these 2 teams does have to take the first map, so...
And I guess it's max rounds 3, right?
5.
Max rounds 5, yeah.
Usually 5.
I actually like that more, since 3 it's a
little bit random, isn't it? I mean, lose one,
scissor.
yeah, exactly. Lose 1 round and you're kind of screwed, and that's it then, isn't it? It's kind of game over.
And then you get those like 25 overtimes games sometimes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, playing the MR5 is tough because it means you're effectively playing 10 more rounds, which is 1/3 of the whole game again. But it usually does provide a winner.
So Cupix right there, thinking about what he can do probably. He is the in-game leader as well and playing so great, so I would say probably the best Danish player, perhaps.
Really? You're going to go with that? I think there's a lot of Danes out there right now that are playing really, I mean, they've always been a good Counter-Strike country, haven't they? I mean,
but he's like most complete. I mean, there was Western Worlds players like Nico and stuff like that.
Nico would be the one that springs to mind for me, but
I mean, Cupix is an in-game leader in Fnatic as well.
Yeah,
there's quite a lot to handle and put out the frags, so that's very, very impressive.
So check out the player cam streams, of course, on 1997 on RaidCall. You can watch all the point of view streams, including the team communication as well, if you would prefer to do so rather than listen to me and threat Natteron. But you don't want to do that, so stay here.
Of course, and see Freeze known for being a very emotional player. He's not happy. I could actually see his eyes was a bit red. So, and there we go.
Yep, we are back underway then. And I'll have to check actually with Fnatic afterwards, because I wasn't sure if when Carrigan came back, if he hadn't taken over in-game leader again. But we are going to have a B rush. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, already into the site. Trace, the only man to pick off 1. And immediately, very fast execution by VeryGames, and we're seeing the same pattern carried on from the end of the match.
Yeah, what I would like Fnatic to do right now, I mean, they're losing the B rushes, and the only site they're ever rushing is B, so they can basically be 3 in B in the beginning of the round. Just be there. Are they rushing B? No. Okay, then go to your normal positions. Because they've never rushed A, they never rushed middle, like they never rushed anywhere else. So just be 3 to 4 guys and be into like the first 15 seconds, then you can go to your positions.
Yeah, so battle of wills against the in-game leader's Existence for VeryGames, of course, who does spend a monster amount of time putting these strats together, testing and checking. And his 5-man rush into B is certainly working right now. 16-15 to VeryGames.
Let's see if Fnatic's thinking the same thing I'm thinking, like you have to be able to stop that B rush, because if they just get that bomb down at the early frags, the round is over, like in 10 seconds.
I'm just going to throw this out there. But, you know, it's been, what, 5 rounds now in a row? That, wow, MBK's somehow picked up a frag through mid.
With the AK.
With the AK. Doesn't even need an AWP. Doesn't afraid of anything. Yeah, just a random thought here, that they've managed to rush B 5 rounds in a row. So just maybe Fnatic ought to change something up in their defense here.
Take a risk, have 1 extra guy there.
Maybe.
I would say so, at least. Take that guy from long, who's basically just dying when they go there.
Exactly, who dies every round regardless of whether he's not passive or aggressive. And VeryGames now leading by a round. It's now a 4v4, so not assured of winning this one, but they do have the advantage right now, and they now have a double advantage because Scream has picked off another man through the doors. This time Zip's gone, and VeryGames starting to look a better team. They were on the verge of defeat, amazingly. It was 15-10, remember, and Fnatic have blown 5 map points.
And Scream is just faking about Muddygates, and there's actually 2 guys at A. So.
Yeah, and I think he was causing the distraction over at B, and they're now going to push into the A bomb site. It's not been the cleanest of pushes in, though. Trace gets a double kill. Can he get the 3rd? No. Shock shuts him down, and we're now at a 1 versus 2, and Fnatic have an advantage here with the bomb. Well, it's okay because it was down, but he's easily going to be able to plant this one, and he's going to have to plant very, very safe indeed in a 1v2. Inside the smoke right now. Tension mounting. Bomb ticking away. Modi and Freeze got to make their way in there. Freeze with an AWP. Good flash. Oh, brilliant little bit of play from Shocks. It didn't work out, but it was very cheeky, very cunning. But Freeze was wise to the move and gets the defuse. It's 16-all.
Great play from Freeze right there, and great try from Shocks as well. I mean, I think he would be able to win that round if he was managed to kill the M4 guy, which was Modi. And
Good smart play though by Shocks. Nice worth the try. I mean, what he was doing there effectively in the smoke was just listening for footsteps, and as soon as he heard them flash out, jump round behind them, see if he could surprise them. Really nice, tricky bit of play, but Freeze wasn't having any of that.
16-16 in this game. It's super close, and it's going to be very interesting to see if VeryGames will try to use their B rush anything more of this over time.
Yeah, just remember as well, it's a team map, so if VeryGames lose more than they win on this half, then you could say it's advantage to Fnatic. They've already lost 1 from the 2 they've played. VeryGames now making their way towards A. MBK is waiting at long. They've smoked that one, so...
They clear dark, so they know they're coming A right now.
Yeah. I think they know exactly what's coming their way. They do indeed. Brilliant defensive flashes made towards Short. Another flash towards Gandalf now. Scream does pick up a kill. Trace in the middle of that one got one. But 4 versus 3. Zip here trying to make his way in towards the bomb site. Bomb is down on the floor right now as well. So they do know where it is. And Modi and Carrigan have moved out. They dropped down to pick up the bomb. Perfect positioning from Zip. Smith's now the last man alive in a 1 versus 3. He's got 2 though, and now it's a 1v1. Whoa, not going to quite work out. Modi claims the round and gives Fnatic the lead 17-16. But great work from Smith there, and great work from Zip on the corner.
Yeah, great work from Mod as well, who just basically rotated super fast from the back from Short there and managed to get 2 kills and to have another round.
Yeah, it's also worth mentioning that Zip's now on 31. Ooh, that was close from Carrigan. Can't have been far away at all. But that's even closer from Smith's on Freeze, who's picked up the first kill of the round. And now they're going to try and exchange snipers, and they know they're actually going to back away. Carrigan having to do some defensive work here at the B bomb site. But Zip was on 28, remember, some 10 rounds ago, and has not had the best of second halves, despite the fact that he was on 24 from the first half.
Yeah, I mean, he's been defending long, and they have never gone long. Yeah. Only once, and then he just instantly died, so... Yeah,
VeryGames are definitely the masters of the B bomb site.
Going, looks like they're going for B once again. And just as the bomb is kind of undecisive here in middle.
Carrigan having to do a little bit of a hop and skip, a jump across the mid area, coming under fire. Still a 5v4 right now, with 45 seconds remaining. VeryGames now trying to make their way in towards the B bomb site once more. Carrigan here is going to come under a lot of pressure. He's in the corner, although VeryGames have decided to go back here. And Zip now has got himself one. They're isolated here, VeryGames, so Fnatic can take advantage of this. But wow, Existence drops down off the ledge and does pick up 2 in CT spawn, screams with another one, and suddenly this round turned on its head. It was 4v3 in favour of Fnatic. It's now a 3v1, and Zip is the last man alive.
A great recoil handling there from Existence in CT spawn, managing to get 2 frags there. It was completely round changing, I would say, because otherwise there would have been 2 guys back up in B really fast. So probably going to be 17-17 right now. Quite crazy.
Looking pretty likely.
Yeah, and Supix of course is going to try to say, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, every single player has money for the next round. So he can basically just run out with the knife or something, because it really doesn't matter.
Well, he's going to get 1 exit kill. He might get another one here. No, not quite. Not even going to hold on to the weapon either. So 17-17. 1 more round until half-time.
Indeed.
In this semi-final. And nothing separates the 2 right now.
And we also see VeryGames doing the last round auto sniper mid-door spam, because why not buy an auto sniper if you have the money for the last round? And they didn't manage to hit a single shot.
It's VeryGames' favourite weapon as well.
Yeah, it actually is.
They were actually well known for using auto snipers back in the Source days as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, one of the few teams that did it, and sometimes double auto sniper setup, which is why we didn't like them very much.
I mean, the auto sniper...
I'm just being mean.
It just has some kind of like noob feeling over it. I don't know.
It does have that. We did call it the noob canning in Source as well. Tracy protecting mid. Fnatic, having had 2 rounds from this side on a team map, that'll be okay at half-time. If they pick up this one, they might just have themselves an advantage.
We saw Existence was trying to jump down and see to spawn right there, but he decided to go back in the last second. He was probably blinded.
Yeah, again, another slow round from VeryGames. 40 seconds left on this one. Is it A? Is it B?
It's so hard to know.
We're about to find out, because Shox is going to smoke through. So this looks like a B to me. Smoke into the tunnels, unless they're going to super fake this one. They've got 1 man over at A as well. They've got to make a choice fairly soon, though. Oh my goodness. Shox into the bomb site. Carrigan, the only man to have picked up a kill. Are they going to get a second here? No. Carrigan's actually picked off by MBK, and B is the final destination here for this bomb. 10 seconds remaining. Bomb planted now, and VeryGames with the advantage. They've got to convert this one. Zip with a stunning headshot on MBK. He's suddenly woken from his slumber, and we're now at a 3 versus 2. Fnatic in charge in terms of numbers. Can they retake this bomb site?
Smith in a great opposition covering that dark area. I think Supix has to wait for his teammate right now, because he can't go in there challenging Smith.
Yep, they do start to push into the site though, and they do manage to pick up all 3 kills. And VeryGames will have a half-time lead of 18-17.
It's a very even score, and kind of miscommunication that round from Fnatic. We actually saw 2 guys going out middle, backstabbing the guys in B without Fnatic even seeing them. I actually heard Muddy was screaming. He was very upset because they were basically coming in from the whole area in B, backstabbing him without any of his teammates just telling him.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him wandering around, and he had no idea that they were even coming.
So kind of bit miscommunication there from Fnatic. And let's just hope they can keep calm and manage to take these 4 rounds they need to win this half and win this map. So Kerrigan there is not happy at all. I mean, they're playing well, but they still look so upset. I don't know what's up.
Well, I think if we look back at the map overall, I mean, 15-10, you'd have said this is Fnatic's map now, you know. 15-10, you've pretty much done everything you need to do. You can take a couple of ecos, they did. But for whatever reason, they just weren't able to convert that last round, and I think they feel that perhaps they should have shut this game down already and moved on to map 2.
Yeah, you're probably...
It plays on your mind, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're completely right, but I feel like they should be so experienced that they can handle it, because they only still 4 T rounds on Dust 2 for winning the map right now.
Yep.
And that's completely doable, and 3 rounds to force another overtime. So, I mean, I think they can do it, but in the overtime, it looked like VeryGames was a bit stronger than them.
So here we go then. Second half of overtime, about to begin. It's Fnatic versus VeryGames. VeryGames leading 18-17 after a 15-10 comeback. And no AWP kill at the start for Freeze, so you're going to have to find a pick from somewhere else this time round.
We're probably going to see a very passive Fnatic because playing these overtimes, it's a lot of pressure, and most teams doesn't dare to rush when they're under a lot of pressure.
It's generally where the mistakes do come out, isn't it? When they do rush under stress, although it looks like they've secured the bottom end of the A-long area. Existence the man, and they've put 3 men on A here again.
And probably going to see VeryGames trying to push middle now, since they know Fnatic has long, so they have to take back middle because it's too hard to get back long. I'll actually see Shox very aggressive at short.
Yep, Existence with a defensive flash. He's also having to use the wall and the smoke right now to be very defensive. He's going to fall though at the hands of Trace. It goes in towards the bomb site. MBK somehow gets a shot through the smoke, which lands right on top of Trace. Oh, Moddy! He surprised them in the lower B tunnels, but only managed to pick up the first one. If he got both, that might have been GG for this round. As it is, it's still game on for both. 3 versus 3.
And Supnix really needs to get at least 2 frags.
Oh my goodness, MBK and Shox both get a 1 apiece, and then Freeze somehow missed the easy shot, couldn't get the hard one, and then falls at the hands of Scream, and VeryGames now lead 19-17. That was a big round to win.
Yeah, for sure, and I think Mod is real upset that he didn't get both frags. Still a real sick 180 headshot from Scream on them there, so...
just crazy.
Scream playing absolutely amazing that round, and let's just hope Fnatic doesn't get too upset for losing that and can keep the composure and put up at least 3 rounds, so do they force another overtime. Oh, look at Shox going aggressive up mid.
Yeah, very aggressive with the AWP, and he's going to get the pick as well. Brilliant from Shox, gets rid of Carrigan in mid, who had no idea he'd pushed that far forward. And VeryGames now get themselves a man advantage, and they're going to get another one here if they're not careful. Auto Sniper in the hands of Existence right now, doing a lot of damage, gets one, can't get any more though, but did do some damage onto Zip, and they're down to 2 men here, make that 1. Zip is now last man standing in a 4v1, and this map is incredibly slipping away from Fnatic.
Yeah, probably going to see VeryGames with having 3 map points now, and what a turnaround for Fnatic having 5 of their own just a minute ago.
I mean, it just feels to me like Fnatic have just run out of ideas and run out of steam towards the end of this map when they were 15-10 up. You heard the klaxon, you heard the buzzer, you heard them shouting and screaming, and they were on top of form. You can see Moddy right now, it doesn't look like a happy chappy, does he?
No.
And Fnatic were 15-10 down, 15-10 up. But VeryGames on the other hand, you have to give it to them. They've won 10 of the last 12 rounds and now stand on the verge of winning map 1.
Yeah, they've been playing absolutely amazing
this
last round.
Oh, look at this. This is just decimation right in the middle here. They've picked up 1, 2, 3 AWP shots in a row, and they're falling like dominoes at the moment, Fnatic. It's now a 5v2, and they're on the verge of claiming the first map on Dust 2 in the most difficult of circumstances, having to save 5 map points. GG, says Moddy already. No faith in Zip whatsoever, or Trace, who's got only 11 points of health on Zip. But we are now down to a 4v2. 3-round advantage. 1 required from VeryGames. They're going to do this by the book. Bomb about to go down inside the B-bomb site. They're going to have to make a retake here at the very least. Trace now. Oh, well, he's flashed out now. Is he going to have to push out here? Zip is nowhere near to be found either. Trace does get the kill, and here comes back round the side is Zip. He's only got 11 points of health in the 3 versus 1 now. It's got to be an absolutely enormous round from Zip. It's not going to be. And Scream gets the final kill of the round. The defuse comes in from Existence, and VeryGames celebrate a very, very unlikely win, 21-17.
Yeah, great play from VeryGames at the end. It really felt like they woken up somehow. I mean, they played so much better than they did in the beginning of that game.
Yeah.
Plus, Fnatic playing worse than they did in the beginning. So, if Fnatic doesn't... I don't know what they should do. I mean, they should play the way they did at the start of that game.
Yeah, Well, you can see VeryGames very happy after that one. And Fnatic, well, the picture says 1,000 words, right?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be happy as well. I mean, that match slipped out of the fingers.
It's definitely a rough time for Fnatic. They're going to need to pick themselves back up for map number 2. It's going to be on Mirage. They do take some heart from the fact that that was the best they've ever played against VeryGames. They've never got more than 12 rounds against them in any map before. And that one's ended 21-17. We're going to be taking a break fairly shortly. Before that, we're going to head the way of Melly, and when we come back, we'll be ready for map number 2 in this incredible semi-final. Here's Melly.
Thank you, Paul. Well, I just wanted to give you a quick explanation of how you can get involved in our Facebook contest. And I already picked one of our wonderful submissions. It's clearly a fan art made in-game. So if we could grab my monitors so you can see it perfect, thank you. It's handmade, it's beautiful, and it's exactly what we want to see from you. So send me your fan art on our Facebook page, facebook.com/RaidCall-EMS1. I opened a post where you can post your fan arts and pictures and everything what explains your love to this game, basically. And I really would like to see a video, a short clip made with your webcam. It doesn't need to be something special, just a short video. The first video submission will win instantly. So I will find something nice to give away. And yeah, let's see what you got. And get yourself involved. I'm waiting for your stuff. Thank you. And we will be back after a short break. And don't go anywhere.
Welcome back here in Cologne, Germany, where we're enjoying the RaidCall EMS1 finals. It's turning out to be an epic day, and the first match was exactly that. I'm sitting next to Patrick. Patrick, how did you enjoy that first match?
Yeah, it was a pretty close match. Fnatic gave away 5 match points, so then overtime, quite close. But VeryGames were my favorites, so good for me.
So you thinking VeryGames might still take this?
No, I don't think so. I think Mirage is not their map. I see Fnatic there, so we'll see.
Well, you heard it here first. We're going to a 1-to-1. If we listen to Patrick, let's see what the guys that you're going to take through to this next round, and that is the wonderful threat, and of course, Red Eye Paul. See you in a second.
I'm getting called different names now. Has my Red Eye become my first name or something? Patrick, sorry, mate, but you're completely and utterly loopy because there's no way Fnatic win this second map. This one's going to be a 2-0. They're already laughing over there. I'm only joking, Patrick. Great to have a crowd here as well. Thanks for joining us down here in Cologne in the Studio 1. And yeah, map number 2 is on its way. It's going to be Mirage. And again, we're facing some history here because VeryGames have never lost on Mirage to Fnatic. In fact, they've never lost to Fnatic in any of the officials that they played in 2013 or 2012 for that matter. So everything is stacked against Fnatic, but I suppose in a way, when we spoke about this yesterday, everything was stacked against them yesterday and they came back to win and do it very well. So in a way, Patrick's right. You can't really count Fnatic out, but I can't see where they can come back from this. They're so down after their first map.
Exactly. I mean, that's their biggest problem right now. If you look at their faces, still, it just looks too upset. And a team like Fnatic that really needs momentum, that needs individual performances, that's just detrimental when they don't have that momentum going. So my prediction is it's going to be quite an easy map for VeryGames, but I hope I'm wrong.
So VeryGames, you can see existence on your screen right now, just taking the last set of instructions. Team almost ready to go. And then we can get underway in map number 2 of this semi-final.
Maybe we should listen to Fnatic on the night round to see if they're...
I don't know. Let's just see. If you want to do some conversions as well for us. Let's just listen into Fnatic. Nothing. Not a sound. I actually did open team communications up there, Brought to you, powered by RaidCall, of course, but actually we heard zero, nothing, not a single word. I promise you I actually did open up the communications for them as well. Knife round is underway. Come on then, start the stabbing! We almost got a Scottish knife round then, but it was over so quickly it wasn't even worth it. Fnatic did win that one though.
Yeah, and I mean, yesterday we heard Fnatic laughing, Modi doing that little Batman stunt, running around, and today they're just completely quiet. So if they can't cheer up, I think this game is pretty much over, and we're going to see VeryGames going to the finals.
Yeah, and common question we get from viewers when they tune into ESL TV, in fact any major tournament in fact, is why do the players wear 3 headsets? We often get this. We answered this yesterday, so we're going to answer it today. They wear 3. You can see them on their on the screen right now. One headset on the top. The 3M is a noise isolator, not a protector as such, but an isolator. It stops them being able to hear us and blocks out the sound from the studio. The one round the neck is from Razer, one of their sponsors, and is used for the microphone. And they also have earbuds inside for listening to team communication and sounds in the game. So that's why they have 3 different versions of headsets.
And then I really like that setup as well. I mean, I've been to some events before when they didn't have noise cancellation, and that basically means the casters couldn't say what happened because they had all the time.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
He's making his way into a bomb site that I can't tell you right now, and it's not more than 2 men making their way. In fact, I can't tell you how many men are making their way towards that bomb site.
An unknown amount of men.
Indeed. An unspecified amount of people are walking to an unspecified bomb site right now with unspecified weapons. Yeah, it was pretty difficult back in the day when we didn't have noise isolating headphones. But thank goodness for them.
Yeah, we're going live now, and of course Fnatic choosing start CT on Mirage. It's a very balanced map, but CT is slightly favored.
Yeah, I mean Mirage in its current format, this isn't the new Mirage by the way, this is the standard, well I don't know if you can call it standard anymore, but it's the Mirage that we're using right now, the Mirage CE, as the klaxon goes for Fnatic. VeryGames leading by a map to 0, here we go then, map number 2 of the semi-final. Fnatic trying to go for their 2nd consecutive final appearance in the RaidCall EMS 1 this season, having already appeared in Season 1's finals, this being Season 2 of Summer.
Kerrigan all alone at A here, just trying to spot, and Fnatic's going for a 5-man retake.
VeryGames already moving in towards the bomb site here. Kerrigan and Fries just pumping some bullets in towards that area, but it's not worked for them. Nice smoke over towards CT spawn, and bomb planted in a... I always feel it's a relatively safe position because you can cover it from the left-hand side as we look in the bomb site right now. Not a man dropped just yet now. Well, take that one away because Smith has picked up the first kill on Fries. Another man over on the far side, Existence, coming under fire from Kerrigan here. They make their way in towards the bomb site. 2 drop very quickly. Scream though, replying back with 2 in a row. Modi then picks off Existence into 2 versus 1. Scream now, the last man standing, can't pick up the final kill, but I don't think they're going to get the defuse here. No, they're not going to get the defuse. Modi not able to clean that one up. Finally finds himself a defuse kit, but it's all too little too late, and VeryGames win the opening round.
Nice try for a retake there from Fnatic. They just waited a bit too long, and it really cost them the round out there. Yeah, bad luck and bad timing.
So, VeryGames open things up nicely with a pistol round win. And as I was saying before, Fnatic trying to go for their 2nd consecutive final. Last season had arguably a much easier route to that final. This season, they've already done well to get to the semi-finals. VeryGames proving just too strong right now after being 15-10 down on that first match. You just see a 3-man, 4-man setup on B right now for Fnatic, and they've just left Kerrigan, who's pushed very quickly through A, and he'll know that they aren't going to go for the A bomb site. So good information here for Fnatic. They'll know that they're very nicely positioned, although Freak's just checking out through mid right now as well. He hasn't seen anyone, so they're going to make the call here. They know exactly where they're coming, and they're going to come through the forest ledge any moment now. MBK throwing over the grenade. Zip just pops around the corner, gets his head blown away by Existence, who picks up a 2nd one inside the bomb site. And Existence now with the only man with a pistol in there has done all the good work. Modi picks himself up one, but I think that's about all she wrote in there. Carrigan now last man standing, who's managed to negotiate his way all the way across the map through the back tunnels, and he'll fall at the hands of Smiths. And VeryGames convert the second round. Good information, good setup from Fnatic, but sadly not enough shots really.
It's very, very hard without armor as CT, and combining that with Existence getting 2 instant headshots with the Glock, not much Fnatic could do even if there were 4 guys there.
Yep, see the tweet at the bottom of your screen from Sorcerer Gino. Hope Fnatic can win Mirage in order to see a sensational third map. Keep the tweets coming. #EMS1, one number, not one ONE. And VeryGames right now making short work of Fnatic over at the A bomb site this time round. So they've gone A, B, A of their first 3. And this should be a conversion to 3-0.
Yeah, standard anti-eco for VeryGames, just slowly taking over the A bomb site. Nothing Fnatic can do really. Managed to get a frag here. Maybe they will be trying to look for another one, but I still VeryGames will just shut them down. Yeah, only one guy going down for VeryGames on both anti-ecos.
Solid start from VeryGames, 4 apiece from Scream, Shocks and Smiths, none from MBK so far. Likewise Freeze on the other side without a kill, but 3 rounds down. First gun round then for Fnatic. Let's see what they've got. Looks like we're going to have a 2-1-2 across the CT split. Freeze going to spot through middle with the AWP. 2 at either side. So standard setup so far on Mirage for the CTs. Existence being very cautious in mid though.
It's very Fnatic. It's actually 0 guys at B right now. Very risky.
Edging forward and does pick up the first kill on MBK, who still remains killless. Scream, well, I wouldn't call that a bait, but he could have helped his teammate out a little bit more there.
And they're just playing very passively. I mean, don't know what they're waiting for really. I mean, could have gone any second. It's not like Existence is doing anything special.
Oh goodness. A knife on Shocks there to try and get him out of the way. And all of those flashes and smokes into the A bomb site were nothing more than stalling tactics because they haven't moved. Oh, hello.
I should say a Molotov.
A bottle of petrol lit. I wish after a while that would just then burst into flames in your hand if you held onto it too long. Because that's got to be hot, right?
That's going to be very hot. And the attack is coming right now.
Yeah, Scream's going to make his way out on towards the bomb site. Now they're actually going to put that Molotov to good use underneath the ramp, but now here they come into the bomb site. Modi's got himself 2. Scream and Smith with 1 apiece. Freeze missing the AWP shot across the far side. Scream does pick up the kill, and now they're at 3 versus 2 through the smoke here, and does win the round. Nicely done. And Fnatic are back in the game.
A great job from Fnatic right there, but as I stated yesterday as well, you have to string rounds together right now, because if you win the first and lose the second weapon round, it's a double eco, right? Just like the pistol round once again. So if Fnatic manages to string at least 3 or 4 rounds together, they are back in this game.
3-1. First map was an epic. If you missed it, check it out on the VOD. VeryGames right now looking for 13 more rounds here.
Look at VeryGames.
Yeah, smokes are set now. Oh, look at this.
Great.
Here we go.
Grenades.
Grenades and flashes, all going to land on top of these. The smokes are going to, well, they're not great. They're okay, and they haven't given them a huge amount of cover here. They're going to drop another couple of players inside this bomb site, but they've done very good work with the AKs here from MBK, who's got himself a double. Freeze, oh, yeah, he did land it. I didn't think he did, but it did land. And Scream falls down. Now, bomb going to be planted on the edge here in a 3v3, but MBK, well, he's got so little health, I didn't even think he was alive. Brilliantly lined up from Freeze to pick off MBK. Into the bomb site they go. Freeze, Modi actually picking up that one now. Shocks the last man alive in a 3v1. He's got 1, but he's not in the best of positions right now. One of these needs to go for the defuse. And Freeze is going to try and fend him off. Oh, he's down to 8 points of health now. Here comes Shoxy trying to win. They're going to get the defuse anyway, though. Nicely done. And Modi survives with an AWP. Good round for Fnatic. A little bit sloppy from VeryGames.
Yeah, I mean, good drive from Fnatic, and I mean, the grenades from VeryGames was really, really good. They smoked away all the the backup errors from the window room, but they didn't use many grenades to actually flash the guys at the bomb site. Still great retake there from Fnatic.
Yeah, and I might have to eat my words actually, because the smokes were pretty good. They did block the 2 entries from the side into the bomb site, whereas I thought their original point wasn't to do that, so it would be unusual to see them play poor smokes VeryGames. They do practice them for hours and hours and hours.
Actually, see Smith with the bomb inside of the window room. This is very, very odd.
Yeah, okay. I mean, he's so far up the map right now, he's probably got a nosebleed. He's that far up. Scream's in there as well. What are they doing here? Okay, well, let's wait and see. There is a man that they can pick off here. Smith is going to get caught here with the bomb, and Trace drops him down. So Shock's now last man alive. Oh, that's a stunning shot from Shocks as he disposes of Freestow. And now we got a 4v1. Shock's last man standing. He's going to get a second here with the headshot. And they need to be careful right now. They're showing themselves in individuals. They need to gang up and create some crossfires here, Fnatic, if they're not going to get caught out. Bomb is there. Oh, that grenade is nicely done. Only knocks off 15 points of health, though. Here comes Shock's Modi round the back. Nicely done. They waited for him to go in for the bomb. And in the end, Fnatic have won that round. It's 3-3.
And no plan for VeryGames, so they're forced to Nico, and they're doing exactly what I wanted them to do. String rounds together. It basically means they're probably going to win 4 rounds in a row right now, and that means they will get that momentum running, and they will get the economy running. Very important for Fnatic not to lose a player this eco.
Free starting things off nicely. In fact, starting things off very nicely. 2 out of 2 in the mid area. Trace will dispose of Scream as well, and this should be a fairly quick eco. We've got 1 man at green in mid. Another one coming back through T-Spawn right now. Oh, little grenade over the top. Nice header there, Shocks. Shame we're not playing footy, though. That was 8G dropping on your head. And, well, he's just going to make this a little bit longer, but he's really just delaying the inevitable right now as MBK makes his way back round the far side. And again, Shocks now showing himself. Flash has gone out. Freeze is waiting for his 3rd kill of the round. Carrigan's about to get his first, and he does so. And Trace will finish off Shocks. Nicely done, no man lost. Fnatic now take the lead.
So important that they won that flawlessly, because now they have money to buy at least 1 round if they lose this round. So yeah, Fnatic is looking quite good at the start. I mean, they lost the pistol round, but after that, VeryGames seems like they have no chance of winning the rounds. There was that 1 close round at B, but other than that, Fnatic has looked very dominant.
Just to qualify for you, these maps are best of 3. Best of 3 meaning, of course, you need to win 2 of them. VeryGames already have 1 in the bag, so win this one, it's GG, and VeryGames will advance to the final where they'll play NIP or virtus.pro. That's the 2nd semi-final. It's coming up live for you right after this one with Pansy and Threat. And we'll have the grand final this evening as well. Still plenty of top quality, high class, brilliant action coming from Counter-Strike Go. Talking of brilliant, Modi's picked up the headshot in the start of the round. Smith's a little bit of team damage there from Freeze on Carrigan has helped Existence pick up a kill.
2 on 5 HP.
Yeah, they've got 2 on less than 5 HP right now, Smiths and Screams. And although it's a 4v3, Fnatic could still do this. Can they take the bomb site back right now? MBK ultra defensive mode enabled. Zip, Trace and Freeze all trying to make their way in towards the bomb site. Here they go. Smith desperately trying to protect it from the far side with Existence. Into the bomb site they go. Zip gets the first. Trace gets a double inside the bomb site, and now Existence is the last man alive, but they're both very low on health here. Existence gets the first one. Freestow goes in towards the bomb site. He's not going to get time to defuse, and Existence clutches the round in a 2v1, and VeryGames are back in business.
Yeah, it was a really good plan for VeryGames. So hard for Fnatic to do anything when the bomb is planted in such an open area. Fnatic, however, do have money for yet another buy, so if they manage to win this round, they're actually going to force VeryGames to eco. So very, very important round now for both teams. This round is basically worth 2 rounds.
Big round. Both teams. At 4-4. Nothing doing so far. Screen has managed to negotiate his way through to mid via tunnels. He knows Freeze is in here. Modi starts things off nicely. Picks up the first kill of the round on MBK. Gone a little bit aggressive himself. VeryGames don't want to get isolated here. They're fairly spread out across the map right now. All 4 men in different positions with no backup. Flashes continually raining down on Shocks. And again, look, Smith's up on top, is on his own. Shocks on his own at the back. Existence on his own here in the kitchen. And they've just been picked off one by one. And
yeah, don't know what they're doing right now.
I mean, look how separate they all are right now. Smith's over on the ledge. Shocks is outside. I guess they're going to try and push in towards the A bomb site after they've caused some confusion over at B, but that's not going to work because Smith has been dropped by Modi here. Shocks is going to go down as well. And now last man standing Exist drops on the forest ledge. And that was a very odd round from VeryGames.
It was probably one of the most important rounds on this map, and VeryGames did this like weird, just trying to push one by one, especially like walking up the slope, just dying to Kerrigan and Modi in the early of the round. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, the team cams, by the way, if anyone in production is listening to me, the Fnatic camera is currently under the VeryGames team, so if you could just swap those around, that'd be really cool. Small thing, yeah. Important. 5-4 right now to Fnatic, who lead again in this map. 3-0 down, 3-3.
Timeout eco now for VeryGames.
Yeah, well, they can use it. I mean, you know, just use the time. We've seen VeryGames do this. I know that Rattlesnake does that a lot with the Nexus boys as well. They just chill out in T-spawn, chatting about what they're going to do and how they're going to change things. Although it has to be said, in CSGO, you do have a better chance than ever before in any other version of Counter-Strike of actually winning an eco. So you shouldn't write them off.
Yeah, that's true, but if like all your strats are failing, well, it's you have to wait against each other, like the pros and cons of both. Like if you play this slow, it's of course makes it even harder to win the round. And another 2 flawless rounds in a row now for Fnatic. I think they're very, very happy with their money situation.
Yeah, indeed. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard right now. And you can see that there's plenty of cash in the bank for the very healthy counter-terrorists. Not a huge amount in the bank for VeryGames at all. And 6-4 to Fnatic at the moment. On a gun round here, VeryGames, but will be forced back onto a save again if they lose this one. They're not going to try and lose this one at all. Existence and Smith very quickly out onto the bomb site. Freestow did pick off one. Can he get a second up on that ledge? No, not quite. He's still trying to get it though. Has tried 3 or 4 shots though. Tracy's up on the second box and will equalise back up for a 3v3. Bomb planted in the A site. Freeze actually got an HE in there for a 3 versus 2 now.
Yeah, VeryGames completely caught Fnatic off guard, but great frags this far from Fnatic.
Oh goodness. So many flashes over the top here. They're blinder than Stevie Wonder. Existence now in towards the bomb site. Does pick up the first frag. They've got a 2 versus 2. Although Existence very low on health right now. Here comes Shoxy though to save the day for VeryGames. And Fnatic's lead is reduced by 6-5.
That was a very standard Mirage round. Terrorists managed to get the A bomb site, but it's so hard to get the bomb down, so that they had to sacrifice 3 players just to get the bomb down. And it was worth it because they managed to win the round in the end. So they completely shocked Fnatic there when he just ran up the slope, getting the 2 first frags of that round.
Game is continuing to be tight and nervy and tense. Neither side able to take a grip on the match and take it home.
Kerrigan he's been in that position every single round this half, and he's been doing great, so why not keep standing there? I think it's Modi who's helping him.
Well, whatever he's getting, you're right, it's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, it's a perfect little crossfire, really, because you've got a man who comes around the corner. If he turns his face to try and find the man inside in the corner, Modi's able to pick him up. It's a clever little bit of play by Fnatic.
And Kerrigan, of course, looking inside that wall because he expects a pop flash from VeryGames, which they usually throw. So it's a great play by him.
30 seconds left now. Tension again, rising here in round number 12.
And we're actually going to see VeryGames' late fake tactics they used yesterday. They faked A like...
Oh dear, that's not going to work out right now. They've left themselves too little time here. 3 men in towards the bomb site, but Trace at the back of the... Well, they've actually taken care of him. I didn't think they would be able to. Zip's got himself 2 now. He's got himself 3. Phenomenal defensive work at the B bomb site from Zip. And they're going to run out of time now because they left it too late to make a push into the site. And VeryGames lose a round they possibly should have won. Again.
Fnatic was completely able to defend that push. I mean, they were... It looked like they knew about that tactic. They faked in the last 20 seconds of the round and they still left 2 guys at B, so they probably looked at some replays. Which VeryGames should have predicted that Fnatic would do. I mean...
Yeah, it's like trying to counter-predict what each other's going to try and do with the way that they prepare for the game, but you're right.
Yeah, especially like a tactic like that, it's all about the fake. If the fake fails, you're going to lose the round.
Yep.
And
Kerrigan is nicely lined up here. Freese, I thought Freese was actually nicely lined up, but he's missed both shots so far. It's not making too much of a difference, though. He finally gets a kill. Trace and Modi have got 1 each as well. In fact, Trace has picked up 2. Last man live is in mid, and that will be Shox. And he has got himself a kill, but he won't get much more here, surely. Well, I say that, and then he picks up a second. He can't get any more, surely. Man one side, man the other side. There's no way he lives any longer. Knife was coming in then as well, and Zip does get the frag. And now, Fnatic have an 8-5 lead. First time we've seen them with a 3-round lead themselves.
Yeah, and if they keep playing like this, I think they can go to 10-5. I mean, VeryGames basically only has money for this round and 1 more buy round, so this is going to be interesting. And it looks like it's going to be a fast A push here from VeryGames. And only 2 guys from Fnatic defending A right now.
So 13 down, 2 to play in the half. Fnatic with a 3-round lead. Remember, they led early on to start with. Zip on the rotation right now, heading towards A. They've put 4 men on A right now. And this is good play again from Fnatic. They've left Trace alone and stacked the bomb site with 4. And that's exactly where VeryGames are going to go. And look at this. Again, the flashes come flying out onto the bomb site. Kerrigan's dealt with them beautifully, though. Modi with 1, Zip with 2 more. And the cry of joy comes from Fnatic once more. 9-5 up right now.
And we can see
again, they're back in the game. They're leading. They're happy. You can hear the klaxon going off again, and it's a different Fnatic from the one at the end of the last map.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing I'm worried about is if they lose maybe a 1v3 or lose a stupid round, they cannot get upset. They have to keep this momentum going. And if they're able to do that, I think they can win this map.
Yeah. Trying to remember what the actual thing that the Fnatic team use is. It's not really a klaxon, it's a kind of spinny thing. You know, they hold it and they spin it, and I can't remember what they actually call it. It's from many, many years ago. They used to take them to football matches in the UK. They've always had one.
Very important last round here, I would say. So let's see what VeryGames decides to do with this low buy that they have with P250s and Galils. And traces all the information they know they're coming in.
Yeah. Smith gets the first one. Freese and Modi, though, do reply back. And they're down to 2 men here, VeryGames, in a bit of trouble right now. This is 10-5, and it's looking very likely right now. Oh, look at this existence. No point in holding on to that gun, my friend. This is the last round. Make use of it, make good use of it, and get rid of 3 more Fnatic players, and you will reduce the deficit to 9-6. Not going to happen just yet, though. And finally picked off by Zip. And a 10-5 half-time score after VeryGames were 3-0 up.
Exactly. They won the pistol round, so complete shutdown from Fnatic, I would say. And the few rounds the VeryGames won was the one with the Shoxy getting the 2 frags when they were defusing. That was a round that could have gone Fnatic's way anyway, so I don't know. It looks like Fnatic's quite dominant on this map. Let's see if they have any good terrorist strats.
Yeah, talking to Forrest outside in between the maps, and he said, you know, what's map 2? And I said Mirage, and he went, oh, Fnatic will win that. And I said, nah. And he was convinced. They've got some good strats on Mirage, and they'll be able to execute them well. And I have to say, he's right so far. Fnatic have a very dominant CT side, and this is not a massively dominant CT map. It's a 51-49 map in favour of the CT, sure, but that means it's an 8-7, 9-6 kind of map. 10-5's actually starting to stretch it a little bit. So here we go. Second half underway in the Pistols, and already look at Fnatic creeping along like little ducks in a row towards this bomb site. A little skip over the top. Smoke goes down in towards the bomb site. It's Shoxy though that gets the first kill of the round. MBK coming under an awful lot of pressure here and didn't manage to pick up a single kill from all of those shots that he put out. But VeryGames are doing good work, very good work indeed. Double headshot to end the round from existence.
And Shox with 3 headshots that round. This was great play from him. I actually think even if MBK, I think it was MBK who was standing in the bomb site, didn't get a single frag, he completely made every Fnatic player look at him, which made Shoxy could get 3 guys from the side.
Yeah, sometimes that's not to be underestimated. I mean, you could argue that he was terrible because he didn't actually land any shots, but you could also say, yeah, perfectly right, he was the distraction, the decoy.
Exactly.
But then that would mean they were playing with 4 men and a decoy grenade, and I'd rather play with 5 men, frankly. 10-6 at the moment, Fnatic leading still, but VeryGames have made a strong start to the second half again. Is this yet another comeback for the boys in blue, Les Blue?
Yeah, I really like Fnatic, just keeping calm, don't want to like echo feed the opponent. It's a term we used back in the days. It's like if you just rush away the Glock echoes and somebody gets like a Glock ace, it could actually just boost their confidence so much. So you just want to avoid that. Just play calm. You can go die late in the round. It doesn't really matter. It's usually a lost cause, a Glock echo anyways, but we actually see some Glock echo wins this tournament.
Bison coming out here to very good effect as well in the hands of Smith, who's got himself 1, 2, and Shox cleans up the last one. So 10-7, nicely converted by VeryGames. And are we going to see a round 3 buy from Fnatic? They don't quite have enough cash.
They shouldn't buy it.
No, they really should. Would be a very big risk to buy at the moment with 10-7 up as well.
No, they're going for eco. Smart decision. Looks like they're doing a 5-man slope push now. So let's see if Scream or Smith can get the funny echo ace.
Nice nade onto Freeze. Look at that, 15 points of health, and see Fnatic on screen not happy with that first nade. They kind of walked into that one a little bit, but it's not going to make too much difference to them. They're going to drop down right now. This is going to be an absolute decimation with 4 from Scream in the middle of that. Should have had 5, but somehow the sneaky Smith stole the ace away.
Yeah,
and that will be a straightforward eco bash.
And yeah, the first real weapon round now on this half, and let's see if Fnatic decides to go for their slow pace play they did yesterday, which worked out for them.
Round 19. On a buy now from Fnatic. And have to start making this work. They don't want to lose the momentum that they built up from the first half so quickly. It's slightly demoralising, isn't it? When you finish the first half so positively at 10-5, that losing 1 round effectively means you lose the next 3, and suddenly it's 10-8 again, and then it's a close game. Lose this one, they're back on an eco, and it's 10-all now. So, big round for Fnatic here. They have to stop the rot and get back some of that valuable momentum that VeryGames have stolen. And they've started well here. Picked off 2 players already, but they've lost 3 themselves. So Modi now has got himself 1. Shox picked off Modi. Last man alive in Zip here. He's going to go down under fire from Shox. And VeryGames do reduce the deficit to 1. Presumably that's another eco now for Fnatic, and we could be looking at 10-10 any moment.
Yeah, I think we will do that. No, they decide to buy actually. they had some extra cash from because they had full eco.
Yeah,
didn't buy those P250s, just went for full Glock ecos. So they managed to buy yet another round now, but that looked way too easy for VeryGames. I felt like Fnatic was way too scattered over the map.
So into 20 we go, and Shock's lovely position and a lovely flash, picks himself up one, Trace with the revenge frag on him. And you can hear him in the background, VeryGames shouting very loudly indeed. A stunning headshot from Freeze, equally back from Existence, who's trapped a little bit here, doesn't know which way to turn, and in the end, the only way he's turning is to his death, and it's now a 1v1. Zip versus Scream, and Scream is perfectly positioned to pick up the kill and get the defuse, and VeryGames now tie up at 10-10. Even better news for them, Fnatic will be on an eco now.
They did get the... I don't know.
Well, they had the bomb plant.
Let's see.
Actually, they're all right. They're all right, you know.
And yet another so close 1v3 situation from CPEX.
Yeah.
We saw one on Dust too.
Yep.
It's like he gets the 2 first frags, and then he gets a bit too eager, I feel, finding the 3rd guy. Maybe he should just try to play it a bit more cool. But still, very nice play from him, and very nice try.
Always worth a try. 1v3. As we see them set up again, VeryGames once more with a 3-1-1 split for the CTs. Awkward little flash through the gap is done nicely, and Fnatic trying to move into the bomb site, but just not finding any execution of this strat whatsoever. They've lost 3, 4, 5 men in a row, and everything they do right now, well, they don't do it for you, it's just falling apart. I don't understand how different Fnatic can be from one half to another half of game. I mean, they were awful in the second half on Dust 2, and they've been awful so far in the second half here in Mirage.
Yeah, I think they should just take a timeout eco now, which I think they are doing, and just try playing more slow pace. They're forcing their way up the bomb set right now, and VeryGames with extremely fast rotation.
That auto sniper in mid, such an annoyance from Existence. But working well for them. He's got Freeze down to 25 health. They are on an eco, a couple of P250s amongst them, 3 in fact. But VeryGames now favourites to take a 12-10 lead. And just a reminder for you, they haven't lost a round in this half. It's 6-0.
No, that's true, 6-0, and they're probably going to be 7-0 in a second now since Fnatic's on an eco.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, falling like flies. And there's the last one of the round from Scream. So, VeryGames had another one. And they are now just 4 rounds away from making it through to their first ever RaidCall EMS1 Grand Final. The winner of the virtus.pro versus NIP game will also play in that final. It's going to be a massive match no matter which of the 4 teams makes it through.
Yes, indeed, and hope we can see some more slow play from Fnatic right now, because that's what they need. They're getting picked apart by VeryGames because of their fast rotation. Every time they attack a bomb site, there's 4 CT players there.
He's making his way towards the bomb site from ramp this time round, through mid, and did a little bit of damage. Also took some. Moddy is also taking some damage.
They can pick them apart if they play slow like they're doing right now.
Yep, and at the moment they are picking them off one by one, although MBK having nothing of the push from Trace. So 4v3 right now in favour of Fnatic. The AWP shot didn't land, but there was some damage done to Freeze. He's down to 19 now, and this looks fairly even in terms of health, other than Fnatic have a man advantage. Got to make it pay here. 44 seconds remaining. In towards the bomb site they go. Carrigan making his way forward now. Shock's waiting. Good smokes from Fnatic. Really good smokes. Nicely placed. AG was also equally well placed. Flash comes over the top. 30 seconds remaining now. Still trying to pick off men who are trying to get in towards the A bomb site. It's now a 4 versus 2. And Fnatic very low on health right now, but still doing a very good job. Still the bomb not planted. 20 seconds remaining. MBK with a double kill. Onto the bomb site. It's now a 2 versus 2. Oh, he's got a 3rd and a 4th. Oh my goodness, it's an ace from MBK. He's a single-man Rambo. MBK picks up the round on his own, and VeryGames lead 13-10.
Who was saying MBK needs to step up? Before this round, he was 2-15. He's now 7-15 after a monster round.
Yeah, he basically won that round by himself. Great play from MBK, and I just want to point out how hard it is to plant that on that A bomb site if you don't smoke the CT spawn area, which they didn't. So if they had saved one smoke for CT spawn, they would have won that round. It's so annoying for them when MBK and that game CT spawn has that crossfire. It's basically impossible. You can't do anything about it.
So, after what was, and it really statistically still is, an awful map from MBK, he just comes up with a Rambo round from nowhere. A 5-man from him. And VeryGames, rather than having a 12-11 lead, have a 13-10 lead, and are now just 3 rounds away from making the grand final. You see the setup on screen right now. It's a sort of 2-1-1. Although Existence now coming back towards this bomb site with 3 on it. And again, Fnatic looking towards the A bomb site. They've had no success over on B whatsoever, which is partly why MBK's had such a quiet game. Although, to be fair, he hadn't got the kills either, so now he has. I would say MBK, come and sit over on A, man. You can rack up a ton of kills.
And this is going to be very, very hard for Fnatic.
Oh my goodness. Those flashes are very good though, and the grenade spot on. HE does pick up the kill for Zip, and Fnatic now have destroyed VeryGames on this A bomb site, and it's just MBK. Well, it's only down to MBK, so he's only got to pick up 5 men. He's already done it once, so presumably this will be easy.
Yeah, exactly. And the commentator cursed it right again, just when I was saying this is going to be very hard for Fnatic. They killed 4 guys in 3 seconds.
So, well, you know, I'd like to give a bit of commentator's curse just to make the game a bit more exciting.
Yeah, for sure. And great execution there from Fnatic. I think they knew that VeryGames prefer to have 2 guys under the balcony, because after they got the first one, they still was very, very sure there was another one there.
MBK's having to get away here. Does pick up one with the AWP. He's no slouch with that AWP either, although right now he's going to go down under fire from Trace, lose the AWP, and at the end of the round. And that was a little bit awkward. VeryGames lead, though, at 13-11 right now. Fnatic are not letting them get away with this.
Yeah, I mean, very, very good for Fnatic that they survived 4 guys that round. Because now they won't be forced on Eco in at least 2 rounds. And let's see if Fnatic decides to do that same A push off. It looks like they're going for the B split this round, actually.
Yep, they are. Carrigan trying to push through mid, Moddy into upper tunnels right now. And
Shock's in a great position.
He's in a fantastic position to pick up one. He pick up another one, can he? No. Trace will dispose of him, but only has 4 health. So that was an expensive run through from Fnatic. And it might as well be a 4 versus 3, but it doesn't matter. They've actually exchanged a frag apiece. MBK just underneath, does get the first one, doesn't get the second. Moddy replying back, and we're now at a 2 versus 2. Minute remaining, and Freeze is still in there, but Moddy has been dropped now, and the other one's going to go down shortly. He is going to go down, and Scream picks up the final kill of the round, and VeryGames are now just 2 away. They can smell the finals, they can almost touch it.
That was such a close round, and it just shows that VeryGames' rotation on this map is so good. Like, they can't get the bomb down because the VeryGames players are already there, and they're like, you're not getting the bomb down, we're just going to have a standard aim duel with you instead. And VeryGames is winning those aim duels at the moment.
I tell you what, these 2 maps have been phenomenal. We've seen pretty much every type of Counter-Strike. We've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, the sensational, the 5-man, the brilliant retakes. We've seen all sorts in this game. I can't think of a better semi-final right now, and yet we've got NIP versus virtus.pro still to come.
It's insane, and MBK actually with a negative shotgun. I mean, not shotgun, machine gun. It's actually quite a good weapon, I would say.
Does he? He does as well. Look at this. What a time to break this out. 14-11. I think he thinks if they're on an eco, he could just mow them down. Let's just wait and see. That Negev is... I mean, it is a powerful weapon, but the spray is ridiculous on it. At short range, though, it can be lethal. Long range, it's a little bit more uncontrollable. But right now, we've got a bit of a rotation coming on with
Well, MBK was coming towards the site, then backed away from it. I think he's going to come back to it now, and they're going to have to push all 5 men on towards this A bomb site. They do so now. Scream with 1. Zip replying back. They're 4 versus 3. Zip actually gets a double inside that bomb site. Here comes the Negev, though, and is he going to get any kills with it? It doesn't look likely just yet. They do pick up an absolute monster amount of kills at the end of the round, and VeryGames are 15-11 now. Raise your dongers, ladies and gents. VeryGames are just 1 round away from reaching the grand final.
And it looks like Fnatic has the plan to take over the A bomb site, but they do not have the grenades or plan to get the bomb down at the A bomb site, and that's the problem right now. I mean, they're getting the kills, they're killing them. It was even a 4 versus 3 there for a while, but they can't get the bomb down. VeryGames is everywhere.
4 chances on match point. Fnatic, remember, were 15-10 up in map 1. And somehow managed to lose the opening map. And here we are, with Fnatic now facing 4 match points against VeryGames. Arguably top 3 in the world. Probably not even arguably, they are top 3 in the world. Arguably, whether they're number 2 or number 3 with virtus.pro. Trying to prove that they can stand up against NiP. They've played them 16 times in the last year, and they've lost 16 times against NiP. They won't care about that record when they reach the final, though, even if NiP then come through against virtus.pro. 43 seconds remaining now. VeryGames on the verge. Sporadic weapons here for Fnatic. They've got to throw everything in the kitchen sink at this, and I think that's probably, well, Fleece would probably prefer a kitchen sink right now. He's down by Smith. 4 men to fight. 28 seconds. They've dropped 2 more, 3 more. Carrigan now last man standing, and VeryGames confirm their place in the grand final with a 16-11 win in the second match.
And yeah, complete shutdown from them at the CT side, and I wonder how many weapon rounds did both teams combine on those maps?
Well,
not many.
I don't think it was many either. And as you can see, VeryGames very happy after that. Smiles all around from Shoxy and from Existence. The decision to remove Kenny S and bring back Shox into the VeryGames lineup, paying dividends for them today. They do become the first team to reach the grand final of the RaidCall EMS 1 Summer Cup. Now a second season of Counter-Strike Go. $35,000 on the line, $12,000 to the winners alone. In this season alone, over $150,000 given away just in 2013. Thanks to our wonderful sponsor RaidCall at the EMS 1. Fnatic packing their stuff up, heading home. Blow of the cheeks from Carrigan. Modi doesn't look particularly pleased either. But they can be proud of what they've achieved under very difficult circumstances this weekend. With everything that's been thrown at them, they've been utterly professional, very kind, very thoughtful, and have put up a very, very good show indeed. But in the end, just ran out of steam.
Yeah, for sure. And so interesting that Mirage was so one-sided. We talked about it earlier, that it's probably the most balanced map.
And yet the CT side was ridiculously overpowered for both
this was
teams.
more than train.
Yeah, it was. Which is saying something, isn't it?
I think 2 weapon rounds both teams managed to combine as terrorists. So kind of one-sided map there, but still a great performance from VeryGames. They looked very, very good at some times, at least.
Yeah, they had moments of greatness, and so did VeryGames, not least of which the 5-man from MBK, which hopefully we can bring up in the highlights after the game as well. And first semi-final is done and dusted, ladies and gents, and hope your dongers were raised in the middle of that. A little bit of a tease for Twitch chat out there. If you're in Twitch chat, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. And Darude Sandstorm, that's the song. So don't forget those 2 things and you'll be fine. That's all you need to know about Twitch chat right now. That's it from the caster's desk for the first map. I think we just actually get your final thoughts on the upcoming match. I mean, we've seen VeryGames go through now. I spoke a little bit earlier on about the fact that they were 16-0 against NiP, so they won't want to face NiP, but it's likewise, they're not particularly strong against virtus.pro. They're actually, they've played 6 times against virtus.pro and they've only won 1 game. So either team is really a big team for them to play. We see Ninjas in Pyjamas just making their way over towards the players starting places. So they're going to get ready right now. But your thoughts on that upcoming game, Virtus.pro versus NIP? It's going to be fantastic, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game, but I'm afraid NIP is going to win 2-0. But I don't know, I think there's too much communication problem with Guardian right now since he can't speak Russian. But if Virtus.pro give it time, I think they will be able to beat them.
All right. Well, we're going to take a short break on the caster's desk, but don't go too far away. We do have a post-match interview now with Sean.
Hey guys, thank you so much. I have the honor of sitting next to MBK and Modi. We'll start with you, Modi. How was that for you?
A little bit disappointing. I think we throw that game away totally. We were in the lead 15-10, and then we had some community problem when we should drop weapons in spawn, and we just get run over because we didn't drop guns twice. So I think we should have won that too, but of course you can't do mistakes on this level, then they're gonna punish you like they did. On Mirage, I think we played better. We talked a lot better, but still we had some issues. But yeah, that's how it goes.
So do you feel that kind of swung the game a little bit for you? That when the issues came up, I mean, how did that affect your play?
It affected that we lost the first game, the first map, of course. So I think we were maybe a little bit down because of that, because we all thought that we should won that game, but we just threw it away like idiots, basically. And after that, we couldn't really do anything. I think it was kind of hard.
Well, commiserations, but thanks for taking such an awesome stab at it, because it was an amazing game to watch. And of course, talk us through your experience, MBK.
I think it was, as Modi said, an extremely tight game. It could have gone either way. The first map, as you said, they should have closed it, and we should have gone on the third map because we played extremely great, and we were surprised by the things they were doing, and we managed to come back, even though that shouldn't be that way. But we made no mistake. We take advantage of theirs, and going on the second map, we knew that one map is enough to close the game, and we wanted to do that straight away. We played on Mirage, our game. We didn't try to play specifically against them, and yeah, they played well, but this time we got better.
And did you feel that moment that the kind of maybe the game was going a little bit to your advantage? You could feel that they were maybe getting down?
Actually, we just tried to stay focused from the beginning to the end, just playing our game and not especially taking advantage of them. Because if you change your game style, they're going to fit it in a way, they're going to be able to counter you. And Fnatic, they're just an excellent team, and they're probably underrated by the whole scene, and they're just excellent opponents.
And now, of course, you've taken your first step to victory today. How does it feel to be in the finals?
Actually, it's really good. We didn't go in the finals since a few months now, and just being back there, especially for the EMS RaidCall 1, it's just something special, and we're just looking forward for the game.
Okay, you've got some time now, but until the finals, what's your plan? Watch the next match, see who your opponents might be. What's on the cards?
I think we're just going to try to relax a bit because, it's been an extremely intense game, and we just lost a lot of energy into it, and we're just going to, try to stay calm, focused. We're going to probably watch the games, and we're obviously going to prepare for the next game, either NIP or virtus.pro, which are two amazing teams as well. So we're just going to, try to stay calm and prepare our game.
Well, the best of luck. Thank you so much, guys, for taking some time to talk with us. Of course, we're now going to be taking you to most likely what is an analysis, so I guess I'm handing over to Pansy. Pansy?
Thank you, Sean. Obviously, we saw a fantastic game there, but I think there was a couple of moments that really stood out to me especially. So we are going to start off with MBK being rather brilliant, to say the least. So hopefully we can get that up on the screens, and you guys can have a little kind of reminder exactly what you saw here on Mirage. So MBK did make his way through that little midsection, spraying down the smoke, trying to hold back, obviously, the Fnatic side. Now, checking behind him, not seeing much, he comes back again. Now, you can see there's only two teammates beside him left alive, with a hell of a lot of Fnatic still up and kicking. So he gets that frag there onto Modi. It's already starting to go well. He's really locking this down pretty much all his lonesome. Scream is still alive with him, just creating crossfire. But this is just a lovely bit of clinical play from MBK, and he pretty much gets the ace there. So a lovely bit of play, and we will be going on to try and find out exactly what he was up against. Fnatic, you know, they were a great team. Sadly, they weren't able to do it in the end there, but obviously there were a couple of rounds that really stood out to me, especially and Steel, that just showed exactly how hard VeryGames had to fight. So we'll be going to the next clip, which showed a perfectly executed round, in my opinion. So hopefully we can get that up on the screen in just a moment, and we can run you through that. And here we go. So obviously we are seeing a couple of players now lining up for Fnatic, taking their time, working down that clock. They're playing it so late as well. 30 seconds-ish on the board. Look how close to the mark they're playing this now. Nades, smokes line up. That double grenade is key there. Look how much damage that has caused to VeryGames within itself, allowing Fnatic to flood towards the bomb site and just create complete dominance. This is exceptional play from Fnatic. Sadly, this is really all we saw of this coming out from them. They did get completely dominated overall, but that round itself was astounding. If we saw more of that, who knows what that scoreline could have ended like. But obviously we knew VeryGames walked away with it eventually. So we do have another clip lined up. So let's have a little look here exactly how this one went down. Another treat as well. You know, we've seen brilliance from both sides. I think Paul summed it up perfectly as well, you know, saying, you know, there was retakes, there were aces, there were fantastic strategic rounds. Let's have a little look here onto that next one and see what we have coming up for you. So obviously Freeze falls down and we are into the round now. So 26th round. Highly impressive. Going to skip through all that boring stuff. We want to get to the interesting part. And it is going to be with Shox. Now, he played rather well, to say the very least. I don't think he missed much. So let's have a find out. We see once again VeryGames happy to play the time down as a Fnatic. So he got quite late into this. So Shox pushing all the way around, already assuming where Fnatic would decide to make their push. Going to just sitting comfortably on the bomb site here. You can see exactly where Fnatic are. They're lining up again. We saw how good those nades and flashes can be. And now here they come. So just waiting it out. His teammates are falling around him. They're laying down the fire. Cautious, dedicated play. Just being very disciplined. Weighing out the flashes. And now here we go. He's got to spring to actions. His team is in trouble. Gets that first shot onto Modi, follows up so nicely and just completely gets the nice hat-trick of frags to secure that round. So individually on both sides, there are some fantastic moments there. Absolutely unbelievable play. But we saw that VeryGames just pipped them to the post. So guys, do make sure you stay around because we have obviously another two teams going head-to-head here. It will be NIP up against virtus.pro. Now these two have been battling it out, getting tit-for-tat results all the way through. So guys, do not go anywhere. We've got a sensational game coming up in just a moment.